And we're live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, and many say a damn handsome man, and true.
Yes, sir.
Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. Bah! I'm the man who tells you what to do. I'm the boss, baby.
I'm the boss, baby.
Yep. So
Very good.
that's my whole thing. But
Sweet. I'm a festive man all December long, incher. Boom.
I can see that. Here we are, the 1st of December. You're kicking it off right. Decorations, ribbons, all over the place.
Garland, bulbs, bulbous bulbs bouncing around, inchman, skulls. Very festive, very Christmassy. But we also got some new stuff here. We got the Hollywood up there.
Hollywood.
We got my new jacket.
Yes, sir.
Styling. It's pretty cool because I was watching earlier the what do they call it? They don't call it a press conference. It's like back in the day. They had Tony Schiavone. He's in like the studio talking about the upcoming winter is coming, which is tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I am too. And he had the old school jacket with I gotta get it. I have In Your Head patches, but I don't want to put it on this one. But I'm gonna get after the winter, after the Christmas time. I'm gonna just break out the In Your Head blazer.
Oh, that's like printed on. I thought you had like honest to God like bows.
Oh, ribbons like stuck on me.
To you, yeah.
That would be pretty sweet. But no, this is no. Where would someone buy something this cool?
Yeah. I think it sounds like a very good show.
Event Center.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just came to my mind. I'm sorry to interrupt you, intro.
Oh,
very rude of me.
Sounds like a very good show. I think it they booked it very well, having Kenny Omega take on Jon Moxley. December 2nd could be the biggest show in AEW's history, they say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the biggest, live Dynamite.
Yeah.
The biggest Dynamite. Maybe not the biggest pay-per-view, the biggest Dynamite.
By
the way, my buddy, my pal, my amigo over in Chi-Town Matt, he sent me last year's shows, the last live wrestling show I went to when we were in Chicago. He sent me the DVD. So I'm going to have to watch that, see if I see myself. Well, I mean, rewatch the whole show, but mostly to they're saying here in the chat room, he's saying Jack's gone all festive and Incher is slacking.
What am I supposed to do? Like put lights all over
like
my
a
room?
nativity set.
I live in this place. Like people can't tell I live in this area. I mean, it's bad enough I look up and I got Gizmo staring at me as soon as I wake up. I'm like, ah.
Does he ever blink?
Sometimes I think he does. Sometimes I think he's watching me. Like I'll step to one side of the room.
That always bothered me.
You could hire Hornswoggle to you would take out all the stuffing and put Hornswoggle in there, and then every now and then he could move those pranks you see on Facebook.
Yeah, no, I mean I always thought that would be good work for midgets. They could be real life dolls, or if someone can't have a baby, they could just dress up as a baby, live with them. It's like if you want a baby, but at the same time, you don't want the hassle, have to change their diapers. I mean, he can go to the bathroom and stuff, but, he could just sit around and cry and you could feed him. And then you're like, if I don't want a real baby and have to really do all this stuff. It's like, you can have the rest of the day off.
Exactly. You would have to call up Trish Stratus and have her come over and watch your baby.
Whoa.
because she's all about the babies.
Vince Rudo says Hornswoggle is too busy being AJ Styles on Impact. He's like one of the most in-demand guys in wrestling, honestly, because he's on AEW, on the pay-per-view. He's on Impact. Now I don't watch Impact, and I don't like to say anything bad about shows I don't watch. It's kind of my deal going into that's the new me. Movies, TV shows, whatever. If I don't watch it, I don't want to distract other people, discourage other people from liking what they like. But that being said, Incher, I didn't watch it, so I can't speak the total context of how it was shown. But from what I understand, they hinted that AJ Styles would be on the show, and then they gave you Hornswoggle. I don't think this is a really good marketing ploy by Impact.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's like you want fans. They don't have a lot of fans currently. Do you really want to bait and switch them?
No, I don't think you want to do that. No.
Plus, it's a guy who was one of the guys who put the company on the map. Why would you want to belittle the man?
That is true. I mean, AJ Styles is like the biggest star to come out of Impact. I mean, so yeah, why would you want to make fun of him? Are they mad at him because he decided to go to New Japan for that while and then he?
That's a lot. They're just now getting back at him, 6 years later.
They're like, the company's going down. We might as well just get back at him now.
Right. But I know it's a little late news, but I finally finished all 5 episodes of the Undertaker documentary.
Oh, excellent.
So I got to say, when I started watching it, oh, you did? You watched 2?
I've seen 2 of them.
When I started watching, I loved it. I was like, it's really emotional. You get to see the insight of why Undertaker kept doing this. You felt bad for him. It did not need to be 5 episodes because it's basically the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like a 5-hour documentary that just says the same thing. It's like, I want my last match to be very memorable.
Yeah.
I have a match I don't like, so I have to keep doing it. I have a match I do like, which makes me think I can keep going. And so it's a never ending cycle. And I understand that. And I definitely think it's worthy of a documentary, and he had a great career, but you don't need 5 hours of it. It's like, okay, I get
they
it.
could have shortened it down a little bit.
I understand. I got the gist of this after the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Huh. And then at the end, it's almost, I mean, look, Undertaker is Undertaker, 30 years in WWE. Yeah, I mean, he can't really do any more in wrestling. But by the end, and everyone's just going praising the man, and I was like, okay, we get it,
A little too much love for the Undertaker.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That always did annoy me about the Undertaker, that he got all of this respect and everybody's like, oh, the Undertaker, which, I mean, he is a big star. And
oh yeah, I mean, I get it, but so it's just, I think for anyone that would be, I mean, they don't do that, they don't go that overboard for Ric Flair.
No, they don't. Yeah, I would think he's more worthy of people kind of fawning over him than the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I think the Undertaker would even agree. Wouldn't you think? I think he would, unless he's just like,
oh no, Undertaker really put
no.
Flair over, which that was a funny part in the documentary. Man. That was a really good part of the documentary. Was it was either the documentary, or might have been the interview, because I watched the Stone Cold interview too, the second one. It might have been in both of them. They might have covered it, but anyway, it was in the Stone Cold the Stone Cold part, because he was talking about when he did the match with Ric Flair at WrestleMania, and Vince was like, you can have one of 2 guys, RVD or Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. And he was like, because he didn't have a match for him yet. And he's like, oh, Ric Flair. And McMahon was like flabbergasted that he wanted Ric Flair over RVD. And both him and Austin said, yeah, McMahon apparently never saw anything in Ric Flair. Yeah. And was surprised that anyone's liked It's just this is the genius of wrestling. And he's like, hey, why the hell would you want to wrestle Ric Flair?
So do you think if Ric Flair was sitting in the privileged seat in the limo and the Undertaker just walked up, do you think the Undertaker would be like, come on, move, Flair, come on? You know whose seat that is.
Ric Flair, he said that because Ric Flair missed the bump in the corner where he does the flip. And so they do it again. And according, Undertaker said Ric Flair always tells a story. And he's like, you want to try it again, kid? And that's what he said to Ric Flair in the ring.
you you want to try it again, kid?
Which is pretty awesome. Bruce here says they just did the Michael Jordan documentary style. I know I get doing a documentary. I'm not against doing a documentary at all. I'm a fan of documentaries, and I put the man over, a great career, all that stuff. I'm not taking anything away from him, but it was just a little much. And and the documentary only covered the last couple years of his career. It wasn't like they covered his whole career. It was primarily about his last 2 or 3 matches, or the last handful of matches.
Yeah.
From the Brock match on. So, when he lost the streak. So it wasn't like it was a,
so they could have like went back to the beginning of his career and kind of like covered that. Like that would have been like a 5-night thing. That would be probably pretty good.
They did like a little, but the gist of it, the primary focus is on the last 5 years. And like all of that's interesting. It's just that they show it so much, and then they repeat it. They repeat all the same themes and what they just told you many times. So I don't want to come off like I think it sucked, but it needed edited. It didn't need to be 5 episodes.
They could have shortened it a little bit.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, because you just get the same thing over and over.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I can see your point. So.
Yeah, but overall, I still enjoyed it. Or else I wouldn't watch all 5 episodes.
Most definitely.
But I do like documentaries.
Yeah, and wrestling's pretty accustomed to having documentaries at this stage. I mean, you have Road Warriors. They used to do DVD sets all the time of wrestlers' careers, which was pretty awesome. Like I kind of miss that kind of style of documentary. The network kind of killed it in a way. Last one I can remember was the Jerry Lawler one, or maybe it's just I'm not watching them on the network. Like I don't think to watch them.
Yeah, I don't think about either. But it's something I would like to do because I like documentaries, not just even wrestling documentaries, but I like documentaries in general. But yeah, I would like to watch more of them. This because I don't really. The network's worth it for me just so I can watch a pay-per-view to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I wouldn't. I used to buy all the pay-per-views, but I wouldn't at this point. There's no way I would pay $50 for. I would buy WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. That's probably about it.
Yeah.
Really out of habit. But anyway, for $10 a month, it's totally worth it to watch the pay-per-views for the show. But there are a lot of documentary stuff, and so I watched some of that on there. I watched the Paul Bearer one and the Undertaker series. So I'm gonna have to go through there and see what else is on there. The network itself is a little hard to find things, I have to say.
Yeah, I've noticed that before. Like you kind of got to know like where they're gonna place something. Like, but yeah, I heard that they had a Lana documentary or something a few weeks ago. I never thought to watch that, but
no, that one I think I'll skip. The idea is like we just did a 5-part Undertaker. Who next? Who do we cover next, Incher? I know, Lana.
Lana number 1. Lana is the best.
I felt bad for her bawling like a baby. Well, I don't say like a baby, but she's crying that people are mean to her. And I get it. People are very mean and shitty on the internet. But at the same time, just honestly, just don't go on Twitter or just post stuff and then don't read the comments because she's not alone. Everyone gets attacked on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm not defending that. I'm just saying you can't, don't kill yourself over it. People have killed themselves over it.
Yeah. It pretty much is like a breeding ground for trolls that want to attack you. So.
Yeah, the internet as a whole.
Twitter, just Twitter, YouTube. You do. Anybody who does anything on the internet is going to have
big or small
a negative comment somewhere. So
I get a lot of it. I'm sure you do.
Yes, I've had some of it.
And we're nobodies.
Whatever. We're not as big as Lana.
Right. So I just imagine, on that level, you're getting like some horrible stuff. I have a lot of friends in independent movies, and they get it, and they all say you just can't pay attention to it.
Now, when you just gotta not pay attention to it, and like whenever it gets to the Sonya Deville level, though, I think, I think that's pretty bad.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, you have to be on social media today. Like all my friends that are in movies, a lot of them don't like social media. Some of them do, but like if you're an independent actress, you have to be on social media because that's how you get a lot of your jobs. And even if you're up for a role, they'll look how many followers and things you have. So you have to be out there.
Yeah. It's a shame that it's like that nowadays, but it is, unfortunately. But did you hear this whole thing? Are we done with this topic? Do you want me to bring up another topic?
Go for it, my boy, my pal,
All right.
my amigo.
All right.
My
I just wanted to
hombre,
make sure. But
my
Alberto
Magua.
Del Rio.
Hmm.
We never really talked much about the whole thing, did we?
No, not really.
But apparently, like, there was this whole story about him holding this girl captive and like sexually abusing her and everything. It was a girl,
Some really terrible things.
some really terrible, and he was going to take the baby, that her baby, and like leave it in the middle of nowhere and all this stuff. And apparently, she had some charges against him, and apparently they've been dropped now.
Yeah, she dropped them. Now, if she's, sometimes that's because they're like intimidated or something. But if you made that stuff up, that's horrible. I can't say as horrible as if you did. If you did, it would be more horrible. But making that up is almost as horrible because that ruins people's lives. I mean, it could have sent them to jail forever, and it destroys your reputation, even if you don't go to prison. So, if that was made up, I think you should be criminally charged for falsely accusing someone of such heinous.
Yeah. I just haven't seen this story around very much, and
no, I don't know much about it. That's why I never really talked about it.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure what to believe about it, whether I think she's being intimidated or whether she did make it up. I'm really not sure, but I just
he
wanted
has a
to bring it
history
up.
of some weird stuff. So
he does. So I'm a little iffy on saying like, oh, she made it all up, but I still think that she is dropping the charges, and I think it probably should be brought up that maybe not everything was true, maybe part of it was true, maybe none of it was true. I don't know.
The bottom line is, if he's if she dropped the charges, says it didn't happen, he shouldn't be blackballed from wrestling.
Yeah, that too.
I know he has some history of other things in wrestling, so
but. And I did see that on the Dan Marotti show with John Cena Sr. and Tony Atlas, he has these shows that he uploads to YouTube and everything, and they were really dogging on him, and it seemed like one of Dan's favorite topics to bring up on the show. So it's like, I'm wondering if he's going to come back now, because I've seen a lot of coverage on it on that. Is he going to come back now and say, well, the girl dropped the charges?
Right.
Dan
Marotti of the Boston Wrestling Federation.
Not saying that he wouldn't, but they were pretty harsh about, which, if it was true, I mean, I don't blame.
Oh, yeah. Some more. I remember Jim Cornette really, he talked a lot about it.
But it's like, it just makes you question, because she is dropping the charges. So what's the deal here? So
Golgo says Jackanoff was the greatest troll ever. I wish the Get in the Ring message board was archived so trolls of today could see how it was done. Trolling is an art form, and Jackanoff was a Picasso. I'm both honored by that and a little ashamed of myself, but I will agree. I do think I was a great troll. I don't know, like, if that's something to really like pat myself on the back about, beat my chest about. But I hurt my chest actually the other day. But
see, what if we got like Jack from the past and brought him to the future so he could troll Jack of the future?
That's interesting.
Would that be a time paradox? Would we all just explode, or would it just be entertainment galore?
It'd be two things. I think the Jack of old could really troll me today for lots of things. He probably have a field day. At the same time, I don't take trolls very seriously anymore. There was a time they would get to me, or not really get to me, but I'd have fun you know what I mean? I'd get into it and interact with them and really fight back. Now I just kind of block them.
Yeah.
So without the interaction, it's not very fun. You need the interaction to really have a good time. Back in the day, like if I troll someone and they didn't reply, you just give up. But if you go after somebody and you get some back, then it's joyous time.
Whatever happened with the charges against Ellsworth? Mike Whitcomb, he asked that in the chat room. But
was there ever actual charges, or was there just allegations?
There was allegations, I think. I don't know if
I don't know
charges.
if he was ever charged with anything.
So, I seen Ellsworth was like having a fundraiser or something for
Gilbert.
Yeah.
It's too bad Gilbert got a heart attack.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. I didn't know that's what it was over.
Yeah.
But well, get well, Gilbert.
Yeah. So I hurt myself the other day. I walk at night sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's no street lights in my town. Walking down the sidewalk. There's not sidewalk here either. But I was walking the sidewalk, no street lights. I had a flashlight, but didn't have it on me. Well, I had it on me, but I didn't have it out. And I stepped in a pothole, went face first on the asphalt, scratched my hand up. Actually, it doesn't look too bad now, but it looked really bad at the time. It was all bloody and little pebbles, you know what I mean, in it. I could tell I hurt my pec and my shoulder and my knee, but this hurt more at the time. So I put hand sanitizer on, which I knew was going to burn, but I didn't want to get infected. And it did burn quite a bit. Walked down to the too bad I wasn't wearing the gloves. I had leather gloves on me, but I didn't have on. So I put them on when I went into the grocery store to go wash up, because I didn't want my hand like all bleeding when I go in the grocery store washed up. And then the next day, so this doesn't hurt anymore, but the pec, the shoulder, and the knee was, and I was very stiff all around. But
that's when the pain sets in.
Yeah. But I'm just a total badass, so I'm gonna be all right.
You don't fear any potholes anymore?
Fucking pothole bitches.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. You got a little banged up, but
yeah.
Hopefully,
Lexar says, "Why would Jack walk in the streets in complete darkness? Why not?
Because he walks alone. He walks around this pit of danger."
Vince Ruth says, "I'm making up a story to cover up for jerking off too much. It's a good thing that I'm right-handed." James Ellsworth and Joey Ryan should come back as a tag team from Hoosier.
It might work.
And then they just never get booked.
Yeah.
Might as well stick them together. By the way, we got a new, and this will be a permanent link. So for now on, if you want to zoom into the show, just remember this intro. It's easy. iywrestling.com/zoom. Type that into your web browser. You'll zoom into the show like magic. iywrestling.com/zoom, all lowercase. Don't because it is case sensitive. So if you put in capitals, it'll mess it up. Just iywrestling.com/zoom. Boom.
Oh, excellent.
Then you won't have to worry about, where that link is. Loving it. Mike Whitcomb says they could call themselves the Predators. Why would they be giant aliens who fight Arnold Schwarzenegger? I don't get it.
Yeah, really.
Now, why has anyone? Probably, I'm sure someone has actually done this, but if not, it's a great idea. Someone should do a To Catch the Predator mock-up where it's that guy and he's like the actual predator walks into the house. Yeah, that would be good.
If it bleeds, it can die.
Yeah, he's like, take a seat over here. We have this transcript of you on the internet. Lexar, can I use? Yeah, you can still use the old Zoom app. Do whatever you want, but for people who can't remember or don't have a bookmark, boom. Hoosier Highway says we should call them Me Too, because Hoosier's a big supporter of Joey Ryan and Ellsworth. He really supports all like the really ne'er-do-wells. Let's see. Speaking of ne'er-do-wells, the opposite of that would be Steven from Butler Incher.
Excellent.
Breaking news from Outloob. We gained 10 subscribers today here on the podcast.
Ching. Ching ching. Thank you, new subscribers.
I hope you're loving it.
Yes.
So what's going on, Stevie? Steven! Yeah! Ha! Ha! By the way, if you want to send me Christmas stuff, I'll open them here on the show. I'll be ripping them up. Bam. Send them over to my buddy Neil Jones, 2 Campbell Street. I'd like to give out his home address.
I thought
Sandwich,
you were going to stop
Mass.
doing this.
02563. Do it up. The Elite Tincture.
Being the elite.
Man, that's what, he used to review movies, the Headless Critic. We used to call him the hardest working critic in all of horror. He'd be cranking them out. Now he's the laziest critic in all of the world. Doesn't do shit. But he watches a lot of Elite. He's just obsessed with being the Elite. Yeah.
Really? Well, that's good.
Yeah, his hand looks way worse than this. Watch him be the Elite.
Really? Huh.
Right.
I see.
Booyakasa! Ha! What's going on, Steven?
Well, I watched a lot of wrestling, more
Really?
wrestling
I haven't
this
watched
week.
shit.
I haven't watched Raw, but I did watch Dynamite last week, and I
did watch Dynamite. I actually watched it today.
Yeah, I did too. Actually, I'm cheating.
Yeah, I was. We did Without Your Head last Wednesday because of Thursday being Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Had Hikaru Shida. She was defending her belt against Anna Jay, I believe. Couple of
what
good
I
belts.
really liked was and I was surprised, the little stocky dude from the Dark Order,
John Silver,
because I heard Cornette was just blowing a gasket that he had this match with Hangman Page. I gotta say, it was excellent.
It's a good match. Yeah,
I thought it was really good. I think they got a star in that guy. At first, in theory, I agreed with Cornette where he's like, match should be just like a squash, blah, blah. And so I'm thinking that. And then, but I'm watching it and like, no, this match is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was booked well. He was like surprised that, Hangman Page was surprised that this guy was giving him so much. He's very short, but he's really stocky. So I actually think he's believable against the bigger guy.
Yeah, he definitely has some muscle build for sure. Yeah.
Really good. He does really good power. He can do power moves. Did really cool suplex. I also did a great Frankensteiner. This is a really hot match. I think they have a star in this guy. I would actually break him away from. I think he has a real potential as a babyface. I'm not saying world champion or something, but I think he's definitely a star for the show that people get behind.
And we saw the Dark Order trying to recruit Hangman Page afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think that would.
Don't think it's going to happen. Probably not. I like that Evil Uno. He had a promo though on the show because it's been a while since we've heard from him, and I'm actually a fan of him now. I started out, I wasn't so much on him, but he kind of won me over.
Yeah, he was like, I thought he was one of the things I did, because I like just about everything, but he was one of the guys I didn't like. Mm-hmm. And then he really, when they started doing the vignettes, I was like, oh, there's something here. And then he started to do like little mannerisms in the ring. I thought it added something to him.
Yeah.
And promo wise, I think he's one of the best guys in the company. I actually was a little disappointed when Brody came in, who I think has turned himself around too. I think he's, good in the role. He wasn't at first, but I was disappointed that Evil Uno wasn't, at any promo time anymore.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Stellar Stevens says he follows him on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
By the way, my friend on Without Your Head, Trista Robinson, Treacherous Trista, she's been watching the Dark Side of the Ring. So at some point, she's going to come on the show with us, talk about Dark Side of the Ring. And wow, someone's eyes just really lit up.
Dark Side of the Ring is an excellent documentary series, and I'm definitely a big fan of them. I heard Vice is having some hard times, so hopefully they can.
Yeah, they canceled one of the shows. They were doing a China one, and they just canceled it.
Really? Dang. But I hear they're having some money issues, so hopefully they can get some people interested because I really enjoy Dark Side of the Ring. I think it's
Yeah.
a very
She's
good
also a big
series.
fan. She was a big fan of Lucha Underground. She's actually at some of the tapings.
Oh, excellent.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah. I loved Lucha Underground. I don't know. It's a shame that they threw in the towel. We never saw Dario Cueto come back.
Oh yeah, we were gonna have him on the show, but then the people ran Lucha Underground wouldn't let him talk out of character,
Yeah. Dang.
and we didn't want like well, I mean it'd been all right, but we didn't really want like another.
Ross Foreman bit.
No, who's the guest that was like totally kayfabe?
That was
Cuban Assassin.
Cuban Assassin. Yeah.
Headless Critic. I gave Jack the best 3.5 years of my life, and all he can do is bash me. It's tough love. Gotta slap him around a little bit. Shape up or ship out, bitch. That's all I'm saying. I don't hate the man.
This could be a new feud coming down the line. Big feud.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah, that makes it all right.
Of course. Good man. He combs his hair with a fork.
He does? Huh. Back in the days when I had hair, I never combed it with a fork.
Really?
Yeah.
A spork.
Sport? No.
Throw some mashed potatoes in there. Get the spork out.
I remember this dude that I was watching at the drunk tank. He was sitting out on a chair and he just started taking mustard packets. He had mustard because I gave him like a hot dog or something. I don't know. And he took the mustard and he took it and he rubbed and he just started putting it in his hair and then he just started like combing it in. So he had like a head of mustard. That was a crazy man.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he was certified.
I used to know a guy at a convention who had like this like deep fear of mustard.
Really? Mustard.
Like a phobia of mustard.
It's probably one of the most healthy condiments you can have.
Yeah, it's got no calories. He thought it was because he said it like the same, like they use it for mustard. Like he thought it would eat you away. Like it was like this acid. And I'm not even kidding. Like he had this deep, like actual fear of it.
And people told him it's harmless, and he just he refuses to believe them.
Yeah, Scott Bajetsky. I like to give people's full names.
Yeah, I think he's just doing that.
No, he was really afraid of it. He still is. You met him, I think. He had all the tattoos at Days of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring a bottle of mustard.
People would. They would put mustard packet, try to tease him with it. Wow, this guy's really now this is a troll that's the shits. Kyle Anise, wrestling is fake. I mean, you're not trolling anybody with that.
It's fake?
Uh-oh. Look, who's that guy? Lexar. He's getting upset. I almost forgot who he was.
What?
Get him, Lexar. Get him.
Jack, if you fell on your face in that pavement in the dark streets of Sandwich, Massachusetts, I probably won't recognize you either.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Deep that ass. That's right. Stellar Stevens says Undertaker's afraid of cucumbers. I learned that on one of those shows too.
Yeah, cucumbers. Like, there's foods that I don't like, but I'm not afraid of any sort of food.
Yeah.
The
frontier wasn't fake. I don't know what that even means.
The frontier wasn't fake.
So Steven started to talk, but then Intra interrupted him. So what were you talking about?
I'm sorry, Steven. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
I actually broke down and watched a little bit of SmackDown this week for the first time in several months.
Whoa!
I watched SmackDown
since the draft or the shakeup or whatever they called it.
Well, that was only last month, wasn't it? The draft. That was not long ago.
So. Been a bit longer than that.
No, I reviewed the Raw. It was just last month.
It wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
But whatever, Steven. We're just calling you a liar, but you're a good man.
Mhm.
No, I understand. During the pandemic, it's hard to keep track of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, did that happen yesterday or did that happen, 6 months ago? I don't know.
9 months ago or 10 months ago.
Yeah, you could have
When
got
did it
pregnant.
happen?
I'd be having a baby right now. You're like, oh, fuck. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Becky's.
Remember when that alien on Enemy Mines, he got pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that hot?
It was. I don't know.
Did
I don't know what to make of that.
did the human fuck him? Like, how did he get pregnant?
I don't know. I think he was already with child before
I see.
the spaceship wrecked. So,
All right, interesting.
if you're
He's
pregnant,
like a trans hero. He's like really ahead of his time.
if you're pregnant, you probably shouldn't be getting in a fight. You like into
An intergalactic mission.
yeah, exactly.
Galactic war.
Yeah, you should probably sit that one out if you're with child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
Talking a lot of aliens tonight on this show.
Mother shaming over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the same thing as like getting in the ring if you're like with child. You shouldn't be like wrestling if you have a kid.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be giving Hall of Fame speeches if you have a kid.
Unless
Now-
you're Trish Stratus.
If the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic Junior was reality, and Lexar, you got pregnant and you were carrying the baby, would you still continue to Lexar? Why you had a baby growing inside of you?
If I had a baby,
And would would you find him more attractive? Because I know you're into the pregnant women.
I mean, how can you find Lexar any more
That's
attractive than he already is? I
True.
mean, come on.
Sure, he is a handsome man. Handsome
Okay.
devil. I think there's 5 handsome devils here.
I mean, would you make a T-shirt of somebody who you didn't find attractive, Jack?
Very true. Very true. I'm not going to do any more until I need a sketch pad. So there's no lines because he's giving me shit about the line. The
Yeah.
Someone send me a sketch pad. I can go buy one. The alien in Enemy of Mine was Lou Gossett Jr.
I'm aware
Yep.
of that.
And Dennis Quaid was the other guy in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not as crazy as his brother, Randy.
No, he's not. Randy's a bit whacked out of his mind.
But I love it.
Do you think Lou Gossett really got pregnant for the role? Or do you think that was just acting?
Oh. Get him on show sometime. We'll have to ask.
All right.
Like,
then just
welcome
hang
to the
out.
wrestling show. We just want to ask you one thing.
And it's not about wrestling.
It's not about wrestling either.
Can someone, oh, this is interesting. Could someone explain the origin of Lexar?
Yep. It's a good thing, too, because I had just had this out.
Boom.
We were trying to come up with a name for Lexar. I looked down on my desk, and I seen a name, and that's why I called him Lexar.
Where'd Mighty come from?
I think you added Mighty. I think you did add
Because I used to sing Mighty, like Mighty. No,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the Mighty Boss Tones for some reason. I don't know, but Mighty Lexar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Vince says Venture got the name Lexar from a flash drive he was sticking in his butt. That's
No.
like a Rick line.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's like, I'm sticking a flash drive in my butt. Is that what I'm doing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how about the name? Well, how about the verb doing the Lexar? Where did this come from?
I know
Lexar?
you kind of came up with that after he started sharing his stories about
Right. Yeah, you.
his
What were you
desires.
calling it back then? Because you weren't calling it the I'm gonna go Lexar this girl.
I think he just said he liked to rub up against him. How did you describe it back then, Lexar? He's having connection issues or something.
Yeah, what's
We
going
keep
on?
losing Lexar.
Yeah.
That or his lawyers like disconnecting his connection, saying you don't need to be speaking on this.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Mm-hmm. Do not incriminate yourself. It's too late for that. Too late for that.
Song Man!
What's up, everyone? Been 2 full weeks. Great to be back as always.
Good to see you.
Excellent.
Well, Christmas season is upon us, the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you know? 2020 is just about to get a lot much better because it's not just because of the weather, because it's happy December, and it's what we've been waiting to hear all year forever, because the year's about to be over at last forever.
That's true. 2020 is coming
hell
to
of
an
a year.
end. Yeah. I don't know. Is 2021 going to be any much better?
That's the thing. People just assume it's a new year, so it's like, oh, it's going to be awesome.
2021 is probably going to be much of the same.
Yeah, it's starting. At least we had a couple months that was all right. 2020.
Yeah.
2021 is going to start off bad.
That's true. Hopefully, everybody gets a hold of the vaccine and this stuff goes away, but who knows?
They won't. People are against it. They won't wear masks. They won't get a vaccine.
Well, why are you going to be against the vaccine? That's like everybody's like,
I don't know.
I mean, okay. The only thing that is a little scary is that like maybe it hasn't been tested for a long time. You know,
Right. Well, I get the idea of I'm not going to get it until people have it for a while. Okay, all right. But the idea of just being against the whole vaccine at all, that's when it's you're getting into wacko realm.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me, like on Facebook, they get mad at me saying, when I was a kid, we didn't have to do vaccines. I was like, I couldn't even go to school unless I had my vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have them. I don't know when that ever stopped. Because now, like, some of these things are coming back because people won't get their vaccinations.
Yeah. It is weird. Like bed bugs are coming back, and like,
Well, that's not from vaccines.
These big. Well, I'm saying like all these old things are coming back. like you know.
I think even someone got the plague.
Yeah, like the plague's coming back. Who knows?
Measles, mumps.
Yeah.
Well, probably we're going to be celebrating our first ever Bad History Month, and in your head, if Jackie's ever going to award someone, instead of 2020 getting a lump of coal, it'll just be the coronavirus being bad all year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're gonna give it the worst disease of 2020 in the headies.
Most definitely.
Mighty Alexa says my connection is messed up for now, but if I were pregnant, I will continue to Lexar. But when my stomach is big, I'll Lexar with my butt. So he'll be doing like the old dance like from Beavis and Butthead. Remember he'd like
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Huh.
Interesting though.
Good old Lexar. He knows how to bring it.
Vince Rudo says Intra's going to buy the vaccine on the side of the road where he buys his Omaha steaks. Did you ever buy Omaha steaks on the side of the road?
There was like a salesman on the side of the road, but I personally didn't go and purchase them. But it wasn't Omaha Steaks. It was deceiving. It says, "Do you think Omaha Steaks?" But Omaha Steaks was in big letters, like it was the sign. It's too expensive underneath it, like in very small letters. So you see Omaha Steaks, but no. It's not Omaha steak.
I bought good vegetables, like roadside stands, good corn.
Yeah.
And I could eat corn.
But these steaks were very thin. They were almost like a pepperoni.
And I see stuff like that at the dollar store because I always think it's weird anyone would buy a steak at the dollar store. So I went and looked at them, and they were like honestly, like just paper thin, almost like a steak-em. And they said like a ribeye.
It would be good for like a
2-ounce ribeye.
Like a Philly cheesesteak or something.
Right.
Like if you wanted to make a bunch of them to make a Philly cheesesteak, but
that's what I said, like a steak. Yeah, you couldn't like grill that and there would be nothing left to it.
Plentiful. Give me more.
You have to buy 10 of them, and by then you might as well just buy a steak, regular steak.
Really. Just cut it up yourself.
Vince said that Intra spent 30 minutes on this story 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and then his dad bought them.
There you go.
You'll check the archives.
He loves this story, I guess. It
Yeah, I
stuck
don't
with
remember
him.
it. It might have been a show I wasn't on, maybe.
I crafted a tale so grandiose that the blue guy held on to it years later.
Kyle says this is a great wrestling podcast.
Damn it. I'm just going to give myself a Barry Horowitz pat to the back right now. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Mighty Lexar, or a blue guy, for remembering that. But thank you, Mighty Lexar, too, because
Boom.
he provides a lot of good comments.
So what the hell was Steven talking about anyway?
Steven was talking about his viewing of Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, that's right. With the big fist. Do they still have a big blue fist?
Somebody referenced the Big Blue Fist. I think that it was for the draft. They're like, let's go over to SmackDown and see if the Big Blue Fist is there.
I think it's somewhere in the WWE warehouse.
Next to the big blue cage.
Like, if the Big Blue Fist just like busted through my wall back here right now, I would be kind of shocked at first, and then I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, it's the Big Blue Fist. I'd be kind of happy about it.
There used to be
Even though it'd
spells
probably
and
take out my TV and Gizmo and Mario and everybody else, I'd be like, oh, it's the Big Blue Fist.
there was spells in the old Dungeons and Dragons game. You could, if you were a magic user, you could learn. There was a bunch of Barlars. It was Barlar's, Barlar, wasn't it? Big B? Maybe it was Big B. Barlar or Big B? Big B's clenched fist.
Uh-huh. I don't know.
It was like you could summon like a big fist that would punch somebody. And there was one like you could summon a hand that would grab somebody and squeeze them.
Oh, my.
It might have been Big B. I think Barlar was my magic user, actually. So I'm going to get confused.
Did anything happen, by the way, Steven? Because I've not even
Oh,
watched
yeah.
since the beginning of November.
SmackDown. I
Yeah,
forgot.
everyone talks back there.
We
Well,
were talking about Big B's clenched fist from second edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, anybody want to talk some more? Do you think Omaha Steaks is too expensive?
So, Steven, SmackDown, what's going on? What's happening?
so it seemed like the debut of the newest heel faction on SmackDown being the Mysterio family.
Yeah.
On Baron Corbin of all people. Although I had a good
Yeah.
laugh at it. But I
Baron
guess-
Corbin was he was like the new heel that's like stepping in for Seth Rollins, I guess. And
Good Lord. Glad I don't watch that shit. Of all people, Baron Corbin?
Baron Corbin.
And Murphy, I guess he's an honorary Mysterio right now.
Well,
So
in
he's
storyline,
he's
dating Aaliyah.
And he's taking the last name instead of her taking his name.
No, I don't think he's
Oh God,
taking
that'd be
her
the
last
death
name.
of him.
Murphy Mysterio.
I'm Murphy Mysterio.
What is his name? Murphy Brown?
Buddy.
Buddy Murphy, yeah.
Oh, Buddy Murphy. Yeah. So they dropped his first name. Some guys they
Yeah.
dropped their last name. Him they dropped his first name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess they do. Like I was thinking, yeah, Matt Riddle's not. He's just not Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Well, imagine if they would have done that back in the day, and like it was just like, here comes Austin.
Yeah, that one would be very good.
He's Hoganing up. Here comes Hogan.
If they'd have done it back then, Randy Savage would just be Savage.
Yeah, Savage.
Yeah, I could see
Flair.
them doing that.
Yeah, Piper, Snuka. I don't get it. Is there any
Yeah.
well, I guess The Rock. I was just saying, is there any like huge star that just has one name? Has this worked for anybody?
Just one name. Let's see.
Oscar.
Oscar,
Yeah.
Rusev.
Well, Rusev, he's a Rusev Machka.
No, he just yelled match, but he had a different. He
I
had two
thought
names
I
at one
thought that
time.
was like-
Alexander Rusev?
Yeah, Alexander Rusev.
Oh, is Alexander? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be. I watched him open his PlayStation 5. He did an unboxing as well. Just like me on my YouTube channel. 1-inch biceps. look for me. But apparently Lana had purchased it for him as a Christmas gift, and he was like, I can't wait that long. So,
Man, what a bitch.
Lana.
No, not her. Him. What is he? 6 years old? He can't wait till Christmas? We're going to open my present.
I'd have to say, if I knew I had a PlayStation 5
God,
underneath the
children. You gotta become a
tree,
man.
I'd probably be sneaking a peek, Jack.
God damn. Bunch of babies around here.
How are you going to blaspheme and then for
In the
Christmas
Bible, it says, I'm going to paraphrase it. When I'm a man, I put away toys or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're keeping it real, Rob, aren't you?
What?
Oh, so he said that very same thing.
I mean, it's in the Bible. It's like pretty I know I was being foolish, paraphrasing, but when I become a man, I put away childish things, something like that.
You're keeping it real, Rob, because I remember him saying that.
I'm pretty sure lots of people have quoted that from the Bible. It's pretty well known. It's a pretty well known phrase.
It was you keeping it.
But
real,
I'm just saying, if
Jackie Jones, aka keeping it real, Rob. If anybody knows who that is, that's the guy that used to troll on our old forum.
No, that wasn't me. But there's a lot. I'm sure besides me and keeping it real, Rob, there's been more people who've quoted the Bible. I'm just going out on a limb.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's other people who've quoted the Bible, and probably a lot more correctly than I did. But as you can see, I'm not really someone who doesn't put away childish things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if people look again. But if you're a grown man, even if you're a kid, you shouldn't be opening your presents like a month before Christmas. You can wait till Christmas. Come on.
It just came out. He was like, he wanted to do the unboxing for his channel, I guess.
We could have done it for Christmas.
I
say he's a child.
What do I need on my wall?
Rusev, whatever your name is now, with your Kip Sabian's boy, you're not even the star of the trio. You're the right-hand man to Kip Sabian.
It is strange how they're pushing him in that company. You would think that they would. I mean,
now I don't blame them, because they're like, hey, you can't even wait till Christmas to open your present that your wife bought you because she's making the big money. She's in WWE. You have to open it a month before Christmas. I've lost all respect for this guy.
I think it was just a bit, though.
Really think she's making more money than he is?
I don't know.
It's probably close. I'd say they're probably about
They
neck
probably
and neck.
paid her a lot to stay there. Headless Critic
Yeah.
says, I wish Jack would stop buying the stuff I've already bought him for Christmas. Well, I didn't know. I pre-ordered this months ago. I collect the Masters of the WWE Universe action figures. Because it combines my love of wrestling with one of my favorite toy lines of all time. Probably my favorite toy line of all time, Masters of the Universe. I like the G.I. Joes better because of the points of articulation, but I like the actual characters better in He-Man, Masters of the Universe. So they combine the two, and I thought it's actually clever. Masters of the WWE Universe. And they do like a New Day that's like Manny faces, so you can flip the head to all three members of New Day. This stuff, I love it. So I've been buying them. I have all of them except for the Ultimate Warrior and Sting, which go for a lot on eBay. I can't find them, too inexpensive. So I pre-ordered. They had the limited edition ring, Walmart exclusive. It's the Snake Mountain ring from the old playset Snake Mountain. And it comes with two exclusive action figures, Hulk Hogan and the Rattlesnake Steve Austin. So you can finally have your Steve Austin Hogan match, but it can take place in Master Universe. And the Rattlesnake Steve Austin, he's got two big rattlesnakes he can snap on his hands. So he's like the old snake guy from the He-Man. Remember they had the Snake Men?
Yeah.
Bad guys? So I was like, that's pretty clever. So I pre-ordered it months ago. I got it in the mail the other day. And here, my young boy, my old traveling buddy, even though I give him a little, heat here and there, I love the man. Mitten. Here, he also pre-ordered it for me. He was saving it for me for Christmas, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I had to return it.
Dang.
It was very nice of him.
Excellent. Well, so he's got to come back with a better Christmas gift for you.
Yeah, not necessarily better, but a different one.
Different one, yeah.
Better would be better.
But
and he's not the only one who can buy me stuff. All of you guys can buy me stuff too. I bought interest stuff, but he never sends me anything. He's off my list.
I like the stuff you sent me, but I have the socks you got me over there. I just stare at them. I was like, one day
you never do anything dirty in them, do you?
They'll be on my feet. No, they're pristine.
All right.
They're a nice pair of socks. They're over there somewheres. And all that junk I got in my room.
Lexar, maybe Intra got his PlayStation 5 on Cyber Monday. No, you pre-ordered it like months ago.
I pre-ordered
for
it
or something.
Yeah, back in like September, I believe, when they first did the pre-orders. And I'm kind of shocked because it seems like the Xbox may be the one that's more rarer than the PlayStation 5. I thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, I already beat it, and I just got the PlayStation 6.
Bam. They hooked you up with that one early?
Yeah.
Microsoft did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got the new Game Boy.
Oh, the
That's
Game
all
Boy
rage,
made by Sega?
Yeah. That's Nintendo, isn't it? Game Boy? What the hell are you talking about?
No. The Game Boy's made by
Got the new
Mattel.
ColecoVision.
The new ColecoVision, yeah.
The Qbert 3000. It's all the rage. All the kids loving it.
If you want to play Donkey Kong, you play it on the ColecoVision because
I
they
used
made
to have a
it shitty on all the
ColecoVision.
other ones. I've got one in the other room here.
But I had it when it was actually out.
I didn't. I never even knew what it was.
Yeah, you weren't even probably born yet.
It's
Like,
born in
does
81.
Jack have a PlayStation Portable? Okay, real here. I haven't had a system since N64. And that's not a knock on anything. That's the last one I had.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So SmackDown. What the hell's going on?
SmackDown. Steven.
So I haven't watched it in a while, but I guess officially now, poor Otis is back in the mid card. Either that or he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Cause like Jey Uso just beat the crap out of him with a chair.
Mm-hmm. Because Roman's been getting in his head saying that his team doesn't respect him, and Otis came out for a match, and Jay just decided to beat the crap out of him to make him fear him, I guess. So poor Otis is taken out.
So I guess that experiment with Otis getting the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Why did they split him and Tucker up? If they weren't going to do anything with the
I
guy?
guess him and Chad Gable they got a thing for each other.
Why do you split up a team? That'd be like back in the day. So you have Shawn Michaels, he throws Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say, okay, now we're putting Shawn Michaels with Greg Valentine as the new team. No, they went with Shawn Michaels as a single star and became a big superstar, and the rest is history. So if you're going to split these teams up, you got to go with a guy. Otherwise, don't even do it. You split up a team that's over to make up some wacky team that doesn't even go together and start all over again.
My theory, I think Tucker's been a victim of the Vince wanting to pull the rug out from underneath somebody.
Well, not Tucker, the other guy.
Well,
Tucker's got nothing. I mean, nothing against the guy. I'd said this since they debuted. If they ever split him up, there's no way this guy's doing anything.
And I don't believe he's done much of anything since they've split.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't push a guy by himself. But the other guy, the Otis, he has something.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Stellar says Vince hates tag teams, but he split up a tag team to make another tag team.
because it's
That doesn't
Otis
make
and
any
Chad
sense.
Gable now.
Yeah, but how's this? Why? Let's split up an over team to make a team that no one cares about.
Mm.
And then this other guy's. That's
That's
like
what I'm saying. I think Vince wanted to pull the rug out up from underneath Tucker because he thought he had like a good thing going with the team, and like, no, you don't have a good thing going. So he pulls the rug out from underneath him.
yeah, but he ain't helping. But you'd help no one.
No, but Vince likes to do that, as described in J.J. Dillon's book, right?
Yeah. Then you have Glorious, who was like, remember how
Robert Roode.
over he was, Robert Roode.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what his like fourth team. He's
He
just
messed
always
up.
getting stuck in tag teams that
Yeah,
don't go anywhere.
yeah. They don't know what to do with him, it seems. And he's
They
pretty
don't
much
know if
taking
he's
on
either.
Dolph's persona. Like he's kind of doing like Dolph's stuff as well.
Oh, he is. I don't.
Yeah,
watch
he just
this
has a
shit.
leather jacket and he comes out. He doesn't do the whole glorious thing or anything. He just
Really?
he's just
So
Dolph
what is he? Just
Ziggler
some
like.
guy?
It's Dolph Ziggler.
I can't see him being Dolph. Like they're not a similar personality.
Apparently, that's what he does now.
What should maybe they could be sex money? You know, they used to be beer money.
Who's
He
sex?
likes sex and he
This-
likes money.
So Dolph Ziggler's sex?
Yeah, I mean he's named after the porn star from a
Yeah.
movie.
Well, it's kind of like based off of that. Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else. What comedy, bad stand up comedy and money could be the name.
I don't care. No, Dirk Diggler or Dolph Ziggler, they are no dick hard banger. That's all I got to say about that. Dick.
Oh yeah, Aleister Black. Yeah, that's another guy. Well, almost everybody from they bring up.
He's no Satan worshiper. I swear. I was down at the church today. I think I seen him down there. He loves it. He loves the Lord.
There are no Satan worshipers.
Yeah.
No
he's not one
Satanists
of them.
actually worship Satan.
Well, he tries to act
Just
like
trolls.
he does. But I think it's all a front.
They're all a front.
What about Zelina Vega? Talking about Aleister Black. You got Zelina Vega. She's all rallying for a union for professional wrestling.
Yeah, I'm pro. I think that's good of her, and I'm glad she stood up for herself and the other fellow wrestlers, not just herself.
Yeah, yeah.
Cost her job, but now there's that. Now see, to me, that's let's stand up for yourself, not being a bitch.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, I like her. I like her, and I think she did the right thing.
yeah.
I think it's the wrong thing to even take. You guys can't do this stuff. These third party things. I get the idea of like, okay, if you're on those, don't talk about like your, inner workings of the company. I would get that, but you can't just be like, we're going to take this stuff that you built, take your money, and it goes against your contract. I mean, that's just wrong on every level, morally wrong. And I think it's against your right as a worker.
Yeah. Well, she's getting that. What's that former candidate for the guy who was running for the presidency? What was his name?
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang. So he's getting into her corner.
Yeah, it's
So
just
he's gonna look into Vince's business.
WWE's making mistakes on this because it's bringing attention where they used to just fly under the radar.
I don't think Vince cares anymore. He's just like, I'm old. I'm gonna die. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about making stars. I don't think he cares about anything anymore. I don't know if he's in his right mind, to be honest with you.
Well, he didn't look at what he was when he came out on the. I don't want to be morbid, but he didn't look like he's going to be around much longer.
No, he looked pretty rough.
It's kind of sad, honestly.
Not
looking good. They seem really tight on that documentary, him and Taker and McMahon.
Hate to pull the rug out from underneath you, Vince, but not looking good.
Yeah. And for also another thing, for anyone who, because I see people say, "Oh, WWE doesn't care about AEW and stuff." First of all, that's foolish if you know anything about the history of WWE. But anyway, on that documentary, Undertaker said that they're falling out. Vince McMahon and Taker was when he was going to do the what do they call their conventions? They're not really by AEW, but they're always with the AEW paper.
Starcast.
Oh,
No, not the podcast. The
Starcast.
Starcast. Yes, and so he was going to do that, and McMahon was really upset. Like, what are you doing? Working for the other guy and stuff. So I think that right there shows you obviously that they really care a lot about AEW. If he had a falling out with like his longtime buddy, The Undertaker, over him doing Starcast.
yeah. Well, didn't he tell him to look for like outside adventures if he wanted? Like,
yeah, that's what they tell everybody. But then then
he went and did it.
Yeah,
he's like, wait a minute, pal.
And like I believe Undertaker when he said like he did know. I'm sure he's not on the internet paying attention to like Starcast is associated with AEW and all that. I'm sure he doesn't pay attention to that. He doesn't seem like a guy that's following, the internet dirt sheets or anything.
What do you guys actually think about the announcement? I wasn't on when it aired, after it aired. What do you think about the retirement? Because everyone was thinking like me, it was a waste of time when everyone just left after he came out for his retirement.
Yeah, I thought it was very poor. Like,
yeah.
Why fly all those guys in just to walk to the ring and then you cut away, then they're all gone? Honestly, but better if you didn't even fly. First of all, flying a lot of the older guys in during the pandemic, especially when you don't use them. But it would have been better if you could have went to each of their house. They could have filmed it or sent a crew there and just got like a story from each of them about Undertaker, and just they wouldn't even have to been there and you showed that as a video package. That would have been way more.
Probably.
Well, don't get me wrong. This has happened before a couple of times before COVID even started. I remember the time these celebrations came out, they just went away.
Undertaker's last appearance, and there's no crowd, and there's fake chants. It's kind of sad.
Oh no, I was talking about when all his past opponents.
Yeah, I know. I think the whole thing was done pretty poor myself.
I think that's probably just going to be his farewell to the character, and they may have a Hall of Fame induction where he's just going to come out and talk. I would say.
I honestly would not be surprised if within the next 2 years, if there's crowd like actual big crowds again. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him wrestle again. I know people don't, he said it's the end, but I wouldn't be surprised because it's when I watch that documentary, the crowd being in front of the crowd is what really, he misses.
Yeah.
What meant something to him. So wrestling without a crowd, it's not the same. So if the crowds were back, I don't know. I could see him coming back and doing another match.
Well, just the way he said it, just because we said Undertaker now rest in peace. I'm just curious for the situation.
So how many times has he said this though? I mean, when after the Roman Reigns one, he left his boots and his hat in the ring, and like, well, that's the end of the Undertaker.
Well, I'm just wondering, like everything, like you said, like he always loves doing himself as Mark Calloway, as the American Badass. So I'm just wondering if this is the situation with the Dark Side after the 26 years being back after WrestleMania 20, and then all of a sudden he's going to be back to himself, because I think we're forgetting something. Probably it was last year. Remember, he signed a 15-new deal. So I'm just
he'll be around. And a lot of that's too so he doesn't go any. They sign a lot of those guys to those deals so they never leave and go somewhere else.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, it's going to be just Mark Calloway back to himself that he likes.
And part of it's loyalty, which is good. If you like, this guy really gave his body to the company, and you pay him back by giving him a long-term contract even in his retirement. I respect that.
Job for life. Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, until they don't like you.
Till they hate you.
Yeah. Or just out of the blue, like when they signed I don't even understand this, because what's the point of signing a long-term contract if they can just fire you whenever they want to? Like when they signed the guys with AJ, the big bald dudes.
The Good Brothers.
They signed him to this long-term contract for $750,000 a year, and then like a couple months later they fire him.
Yeah,
I don't even understand how that's legal. because
Yeah, it
the whole
doesn't
point of
make
the
any
long-term
sense.
contract for the guy who's signing it for the talent, it's like, well, I have this security. I'm going to be here for 5 years, whatever it is, and I'll make this amount. And for them, it's, you can't leave. And if you take off, you're actually not going to get more money and all these things. But if it's only one-sided, it's only good for WWE. It did them no good whatsoever. And if they could fire anytime, you'd be better off signing a 1-year contract, because then, like, if you take off and you're a bigger star, the next year you could renegotiate and get more money, because they just could fire you anyway. So what's the point of it?
Yeah.
Oh, and did you, by the way, see the update today on General Briscoe? Because he wrote a good story of what happened when he got let go.
Oh, really? No, but I talked to him on actually Facebook sometimes, and he's going to come on the show eventually.
Yep.
He's a good guy. He really liked a couple of the interviews we did recently.
Excellent.
But I haven't read that. I'll have to check that out. I like Jerry Briscoe.
I seen like an advertisement for a book that Scott Teal was doing, and that sounds pretty good. The Buddy Rogers biography.
Oh yeah, I got like a press email.
Yeah, that seemed pretty neat. Like, that's somebody that I don't know a whole lot about, and I thought that sounds like a pretty good book. So I just seen that the other day. I wanted to bring it up.
The young boy Jason Mitten, he posted here in the IWatch Wrestling group. George South Jr. and Bobby Wayward versus the Acclaimed, and that's on AEW Dark.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I need to try to watch AEW Dark some more, because that's one show that I don't keep up with.
Yeah, I don't either. I should watch it, because then you get to know these guys,
Because like Brian Pillman Jr., we don't see any of him on the actual show, other than him just being in the crowd. I'd like to know more about him. Why are they using that guy? Doesn't make no sense.
Exactly.
Guess do they got like a pecking order in AEW? You got to pay your dues. I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a mistake, because then you kind of show people this guy's not someone, to care about.
Yeah.
All right. So what's all right? We got Lexar back here. Was there anything else, Steven? I'm sorry, that intro keeps interrupting you. Was there anything else on SmackDown?
No, I guess not. Well,
see, that's why
we can
doesn't
go on to Raw, and I can have a lot of fun talking about Raw. But go ahead, go with Lexar here.
The mighty Lexar.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what happened on Raw. Retribution won a match and lost a match all in the same night.
Oh, really?
And guess who? Guess who returned to help Retribution lose?
Oh,
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke?
Yeah,
is she
Dana
part of
Brooke.
Retribution?
Yeah.
Dana Brooke joined. No, she beat someone in Retribution, I think.
She
She
cost
beat somebody. Oh, okay.
You might as well just give up if you're losing to Dana Brooke.
Is Big Dave calling in some shots for her? Are they still together?
Could be.
Could be. What we got here? Hollywood, Hulk Hogan. Excellent.
Pretty
Is that a beer cozy?
No, it's actually a bank.
Oh, I thought it was a beer
Oh, yeah.
cozy for a second.
But I like to put like pens in it into the cup.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got him. I got Macho and Sting, and down here I don't put him up very often because I don't know if you could tell who it is.
All right.
There you go. He knows.
Yeah, I didn't have it. I couldn't come up with who that was.
We'll put Flexi Lex right here.
Lexar, were you a fan of Dana Brooke coming in and spoiling Retribution's plans?
It wasn't expected of her, but I knew Jack will probably be pissed.
I'm not pissed because I don't care about Retribution, but I do think it's really bad booking for anyone to lose to Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be mean, but she's like as worthless as you can get.
You're not being mean at all. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's a nice woman.
Well, it's
I'll t-
true. I mean, we had this conversation before where, like, we're discussing whether she should like stick around or not, and I was just like, just get rid of her. She's pretty awful.
Vince says she dates someone else now. She dates some douchebag. Oh,
Beats me.
no, she must not date anyone here because it's all fine, upstanding people here.
That's right.
Songman, would you date Dana Brooke?
I wouldn't date her now.
You turn her down?
Who would be your number one current WWE female superstar that you would want to date?
Not entirely sure. Probably. I would maybe definitely guess maybe.
Me?
I don't know.
No.
The married one, Candice LeRae.
Oh, he's wanting to break up the relationship there. You better watch out, Johnny Gargano. The song, man. Could you see that? Like, if like a Candice LeRae's like laying in bed, and then Johnny Gargano opens up the door and Songman peeks out underneath the sheets. Would you sing him a song?
Do you have a holiday song for us?
Well, I was bringing up briefly. Well, you said you're never outgrowing your toys and everything, Jackie. I'm just looking for the Jackie Jones. Just like the Jackie Jones I used to know when he used to open his kid presents and beat up a hoe after he gave one a low blow in the snow.
Hey, I'm vicious.
I like it.
I'm gonna give Intro a low blow because he's my hoe.
Yeah, you give me those all the time, though.
Well, the weather outside is frightful, and Intro is so goddamn delightful. And since there's no place for him this year to go, let him just go give a low blow to Trish Stratus, who's a hoe in the snow.
Hey,
Bam. That's
I'm
very
sure you would
interesting.
appreciate that one.
Thank you,
hey.
song man.
What do you think about those songs there, Lexar? They keepers?
I think we'll be singing a Songman Christmas album.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, I have a question for this. Now that YouTube, you have to like get like copyright music, licensed music permission to play it on in your head now. You know, because of the Serious Survival a couple
or
weeks
pay
ago.
millions of dollars
Now,
to play it on
If
your show.
Songman decides to license his own music, his own songs, and you have to pay for it,
Well, I
Songman,
would pay. Songman would give us the rights because he's a good man. He's part of the Headyverse. He wouldn't be demanding money. He would just give us the rights outright. He'd be like, here you go. You have my blessing to play my music. Because the Songman's that kind of guy. He's not like you demanding money for the shirt.
No, it wouldn't even be $9.99 because it's always free every time, just for nice enjoyment time.
Yeah, see? You could learn something from Songman, Lexar.
I'm afraid to. Probably not.
When are you gonna start belting out some tunes there, Lexar?
I can't sing. I don't have the voice for it.
Yeah, I hear you.
What kind of music you listen to?
Almost everything: rock, metal, hip hop, rap, country music sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I listen to both kinds.
Good looking. What you got cooking? So there you go. You want me to sing?
All the kids love that. Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going. A few more bars.
They used to have that in an ad for cheese. I remember. It was like, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Why not
How
something
about
with
cooking
cheese?
Something for me.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
classic.
sweet baby. Why don't you say maybe? Yeah. Lexar confronted death metal band. Hoosier Highways.
There you
Damn,
go.
that kind of scared me.
Mhm, mhm.
I have a
I
death
want to
metal
wish
song.
you
Intro's a big
Alexa
fan of.
Christmas. I want to wish you Alexa Christmas.
Holy
Once I
shit.
give you Alexa Kiss My Sass, because it's a move I learned in class when I was kissing
Jesus.
someone's ass after he passed gas.
Damn.
Whoa.
Excellent.
Whoa. Lexar Christmas. You'll be stuffing some stockings with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down the chimney.
And only shirts will be on sale. I guess they'll have that too.
Oh, damn.
It should be like a T-shirt with all of Jack's images of the Headyverse, and it
That's a
should
good
be called the
idea.
Headyverse.
That's a good idea. Maybe that's we'll
Yeah.
collect them all, and I'll make a shirt with everyone's likeness on it. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll just call it the Headyverse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's a seller. It was so big.
I have a death metal son that Intra loves. He's a big fan of it. Piss in your face.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always rocking out to it.
How does it
Good
go?
times.
I could probably play that. I don't want
You don't think we'd get a big strike on that one?
No, I mean it's on my own page. So.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear it?
I guess.
Not really. No.
We heard Song Man, so why not?
I Intra loves it.
You're gonna play it anyways. I know. I can tell.
Well, no, not if you're gonna be a spoil sport and ruin it for everyone.
Oh well, I couldn't do that then. Just let's hear it.
All right, let's get it ready here. There's a accompanying video for it too, but I don't know if we need to see the video.
Yes. See the video.
Is it somebody literally pissing on somebody's face?
Steve
No, it's
Lexar's
not.
never even seen it.
Really? All right, hold on.
I thought it was like a without your head exclusive, not in your head.
There's no actual urination in it.
Okay.
Kill the sound on my computer for the sake of people in my family who won't have the appreciation.
No, Vic,
Right.
turn it up.
Turn it up to 11.
Turn it up. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get ready here. Screen 2, optimize. All right, here we go. Everyone's gonna get a kick out of this.
Piss in your face, piss in your face. Piss in your face, piss in your face. Piss, 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 piss in your face. You're such a disgrace. Disgrace to your race. Piss in your face, piss in your face. Piss, 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 piss in your face. Get used to the taste. Your life is a waste. Piss in your face. Piss in your face. Piss, 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 piss in your face. You're leaving a trace to our chase. Piss in your face, piss in your face, piss, 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 piss in your face. You're such a disgrace to your race. Piss in your face, piss in your face, piss, 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 piss in your face. Get used to the taste. Your life is a waste. You're such a disgrace to your race. Piss in your face, 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 piss in your face.
There you go.
Excellent.
That's you, Jack?
That is me, yes.
Oh, you look different.
That was actually filmed right here where I set up the studio. Actually.
Right here in the very studio.
Uh-huh.
Can you do that one face?
For piss in your face by doing it just all for Harry Race.
What did you think, Lexar? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I think you thumbs up on the way you look, because now you look like a handsome devil.
Oh, thank you.
Then you kind of look like somebody like ate you or something.
Somebody ate me.
And grew a lot of weight.
Well, yeah, I was a lot heavier then.
You look like that wrestler in WCW, Norman the Lunatic. I don't know.
Trucker Norm.
Yeah, Sugar
Oh,
Norm.
man.
I would have never thought that guy in that video looked like a lunatic.
Norman the Lunatic.
Norman the Lunatic. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he became Trucker Norm, and then he was Bastard Booger and Friar Ferguson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Passed away not too long ago.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good tune. People are loving it here in the chat.
Never seen the
It's
video.
possibly the greatest song they've ever heard, next to Bound for Glory.
Vic's never seen the video.
I've never seen the video.
Oh,
I've heard the
really?
song.
Oh, okay. This video's pretty sweet. I actually won't show that to Trista.
And now,
So when she comes on, I'm like, "Hey, it's Jack. I got that song, that piss in your face song that you wrote. Let's hear that."
Yeah, I won't play Give Me That Fat Ass either for.
Oh, Daddy Vic, you're so sick. Why are you watching this shit?
Oh my goodness.
That's a new theme song for us.
Jack, how come you don't want to show Trista that video and theme song for Piss in Your Face?
It's a little embarrassing.
What?
He has shame. I've said it before. He has shame.
Bruce,
It has the footage of an old 80s horror movie.
there you go. It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Mike Wickham says the song is on par with A Man Called Sting. Bruce Kirkinson says the song is awesome. There you go. All right. Should we get to these questions, or is there any other wrestling topics?
Well,
Wrestling.
do you want a Raw review?
Do it up.
Oh God.
I just did the raw review for you, so.
So, you can look for Jeff Hardy at the nearby hospital. He dearly
Oh, I
killed
saw that.
Oh.
I saw the clip. He laid it on his head bad on the
Yeah.
song.
Is he
Like, I
out?
think-
Is he really injured? I mean, we've seen some horrific things from this man, and he just gets up and continues. Is he really hurt this time?
Well, he banged his head. You know,
I haven't seen
like,
it. Pretty bad, it didn't, eh?
Yeah, it looked bad.
Mm. Hopefully he's fine.
He did a swanton off the top rope to outside the ring through a table, and like they still had the steps there, and he hit the back of his head right on the steps. It looked really bad.
Eee.
mhm.
Ouch.
And did anything get built up, Steven, by the way, even though I've not watched in a month? Has anything built up for anything interest for TLC? Even though I heard rumors that there wasn't going to be anything planned big.
Well,
Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
so I guess he's facing.
Isn't
Randy
there a
Orton.
pay-per-view this weekend, Sunday? Isn't there
Yeah,
NXT.
War Games.
Yeah,
War Games.
War Games, isn't it?
yeah.
Is that NXT?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it Saturday or Sunday? They switched to
Sunday.
Sunday, haven't they?
I think they switched it. Yeah, it's Sunday.
They used to have the NXT shows on Saturday, but it's Sunday now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
Who's in it? What are the teams?
yeah, I don't know, but in your opinion, so this actually happened. I swear to God, this happened on Monday. In your opinion, what do you think is the greatest, the greatest, I don't want to say disgrace, but the greatest
Disgrace to your
travesty was Lana. So Lana and Asuka beat Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax again
Mhm.
with Lana, and I swear to God, Lana pinned Shayna Baszler in a wrestling match.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Fucking
Yes.
trash.
I thought you were kidding at first when you posted that.
Okay.
Just trash. That's what I think of it.
Oh, hey, Steven, by the way, breaking news. I guess we know the situation, even though I know it's coming and all of us know. Title's up for grab, and it's a table match for Lana. So I guarantee we know what's coming next.
Oh, she's going to get put through the table, more than likely.
No,
Again.
I think somehow, some way, Lana is going to put Nia Jax through a table. I'm really, I think after not 9 times going through a table, 9 times, this is how it's got to end. Lana or Asuka and Lana have to put Nia Jax through a table. I mean,
be interesting to see.
But if she's been put through a table like 85 times, what does it even mean? You're like, well, I've been put through a table 85 times, so I put you through it once, and now I'm the winner.
And you get a belt. You become a champion.
So here's the matches for War Games. There's only 4 matches. Dexter Loomis versus Cameron Grimes in a strap match.
I like Cameron Grimes. Big fan of him.
Leon Ruff defending the title versus Johnny Gargano and Damian Priest. A triple threat match for the North American Championship. And there's 2 War Games matches. There's the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish versus Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oni Lorcan. Aren't those both heel teams?
That should be really good.
I haven't seen any of this Pat McAfee guy. Like, I've seen, like, before he was wrestling, but I haven't seen him actually wrestle. But I hear he's, like, actually pretty good.
Yeah, everyone's loving his heel stuff. I hated him as a commentator, but
yeah.
And then the main event is Team Shotzi, which is Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley, and a wrestler to be announced versus Team Candice. Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm. I'm fine with having women's, War Games stuff, but I don't like when they have multiple gimmick matches. Like every time there's a War Games, now there's gonna be 2 War Games. There's gonna be 2 Royal Rumbles. There's gonna be 2 Hell in the Cells.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always proud, like, Undisputed Era, without a doubt, it's like the Mr. War Games, because they definitely gave all this out over the years, 3 or 4 years.
I always like War Games. There's very few War Games I don't think are good. So,
well, they've always bring up the best and everything since it came back, but they know how to do it. So this is the other one they're gonna get to the table for a good match, I'm sure.
Right. All right. So anything else before we get to these questions?
I've got a question for Incher since he's a big Impact fan.
Oh, well, it's been a while since I watched Impact, but go ahead. I'll try.
Always defending it, but he hasn't watched it in like 8 years.
The EWA is making a big deal for their December 9th show that they were going to be bringing in an Impact star to compete here locally.
Okay.
And they made the announcement, and it's a guy named Larry D. Is he? I never heard of him. Is he?
Well, he's currently tagging with what's his name? Romero, or I think that's his name, something Romero. But yeah, he's not like a huge name in Impact right now. But I do know him. He's kind of close. He does a lot of local shows around me because I've been to the gas station. I've seen him on a poster on that. So, but like huge Impact star, no. He was kind of. He had like a bit with Rosemary where he was like kind of getting in the way of her and Johnny Bravo's like deal, but that kind of got killed off after the Wrestle House got killed off. So I don't know, but no, he's not a huge guy. But I guess he's big for Impact standards.
I'll go anyway because need to support.
Yeah, it'd be a fun time going to live shows.
Oh, sure it will.
Most definitely. And you don't get to go out that much anymore, you know.
Reminds me a lot of just the atmosphere in the building, it reminds me a lot of studio wrestling from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, excellent.
Got to be there, December 9th.
Urias Tosh hates Nia Jax. Yeah, go and have a good time.
I like Larry D.
Who?
I don't have anything against him, Larry D.
The fuck's Larry D?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Johnny
not-
Swinger.
Johnny Swinger.
What if they said they had a huge Impact star and it was Johnny Swinger, Vic?
They'd be lined up out the building, I bet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Incher would be there. He'd fly on down. All right. Tyler Stevens. Feel free to jump in for anyone. Has Jack ever enjoyed a cottage roll? I have no idea what that is.
Cottage roll? Is it
Is that like you roll around in a cottage or?
is it a thing? Is it a food item?
Oh, cottage roll's the best, Tyler says. It's just a boiled salty ham. Oh, it doesn't sound too good.
I like ham. Does ham need more salt though? I mean, it's pretty loaded with sodium as is, isn't it?
I've never had one, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anastasios Theodosiadius. How would you rate wrestling current state DEFCON 1 to 7? I don't know what that means.
Like how crucial it is. DEFCON 7 being the most crucial, so maybe like a 6.
Sure. I'm quite interested in the death of professional wrestling. And do you think that's possible here? No, I actually think there's a lot of kind of active at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to honestly join you. Oh, he messaged me earlier. I shouldn't mention, but hopefully everything's going okay for Tazo. John Barker. If Jack kicked you off the show and hired the actor who played Richard Jewell to be the new Incher, how would you feel?
That would be strange, but yeah.
And he just had to play. He had to be Incher as himself as Richard Jewell.
Like, would he just come into my room and say, "All right, I got to do the show"? Like,
yeah. What if bearded Incher just showed up and like, would you let him do the show?
Like from my room? Sure. Yeah, just sit here, Jason.
Who?
I mean, bearded Incher.
There you go, Jack. If you surprise Incher at his home during his birthday or some holiday, what do you think he would do? Shoot me, probably.
That's my instant response.
How quickly would he run to get his gun? No, in all honesty, I don't think he'd shoot me. I think he'd welcome me in with open arms.
I'd be like, "Oh, let me take down all my hate Jack propaganda." But come right in, buddy. Just give me a few minutes. Take down the dart.
That's why we only see the one side. All the other sides is I hate Jack, like speared on the walls.
All around.
Dovstein Maya, is Jack still dreaming of a white Christmas? I could play that song for everybody if they want to hear it.
I got to work on Christmas, so I don't want it to snow.
Oh, man, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard my White Christmas song?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard it.
All right, so that means you don't want to hear it again. Let's see how this goes.
Are you reading between the lines?
It's a good tune.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Well, I don't think I even have it here.
I love how like I try to not put over a song, but like the glee just gets even bigger.
I don't have it on my. I thought I had it on the YouTube, but I don't. I only have "In Your Head Christmas Carol."
Oh. Sorry, Lexar.
Have you heard that one?
Oh, yes, that's a fantastic tune.
It's only a minute and 8 seconds, and Lexar really wants to hear it.
Only 8 minutes, and is that short?
What?
No, I do my Christmas song of the day on Facebook, and every time I do that one, I get so many comments.
See? Yeah, I love it. All right, I'm gonna play it because Intra really wants to hear it. I'm just gonna
Now
play
I'm
the
going to
music.
get my gun.
Your love gun. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna play the music. Oh, the internet can be frightful, but in your head it's so insightful. And since it's not time for bed, in your head, in your head, in your head, Jack shows no signs of flopping, and OIB is really hopping. Superman can see through lead, for in your head, in your head, in your head, when they finally call it a night. How I hate logging off of the site, but they'll be back Wednesday night. Now Tuesdays.
When Jack's screaming, all right, the wrestlers, they are a rating, and the cages are still debating. Too sexy for right, said Fred. In your head, in your head, in your head. In your head, in your head, in your head. Yeah.
That was very nice, I thought.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
It's something Songman will come up with.
I think Songman, what do you think of that? That's pretty good, don't you think?
I already remember it actually when you had it played before.
It's
So
good
I
tune.
definitely know for sure. Probably you had more into it than me, probably when I started. So hey, what you're gonna have to do now? Maybe is do one for Hanukkah.
I would do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Have to think of some.
Kwanzaa.
Is there a Hanukkah song?
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay. Is that
We
one?
do yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it.
Kwanzaa. You
Hi,
would
my
know.
name is Jackie Jones. Would you
Kwanzaa
call my
song.
mama and tell her I'm in the sauna, waiting for her, waiting for my friend Oriana. Ready, celebrate Hanukkah.
There we go. I'm in the sauna going to celebrate Hanukkah. Intro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. What else? I don't know. I'll have to think of it. Dobbs Dean Maya. Does Incher know anything other than a White Christmas? Oh, look at the doggy.
Rough. Rough. Rough.
You know anything other than a White Christmas, Incher?
I know I know a
Brown Christmas?
let's see. Do I know anything other than a white Christmas?
A green Christmas?
A no, I don't.
God damn, that went nowhere. Can Lexer show us his mother?
What am I supposed to answer that with?
I don't know.
I was trying to think of something, but nothing was coming.
Can Lexar show us his mother?
She's asleep right now.
We could go walk over with the camera.
Shit. It's complete. Let me see.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, Lexar. I'm just
Her room is completely dark now, so
Oh.
this is she's gone out to bed. But I do have a question for the Headyverse.
Yeah, let's hear it.
From the Headyverse. This is to Jack. Now, if Sal McGee orders you to watch Raw and SmackDown, would you do it?
Well, I have to follow orders. But I might be like Vega. I'll be like, I'm gonna start the Headyverse. We're gonna get the workers right here on the Headyverse.
Mhm.
Stand up for ourselves. We'll have to see.
Yeah, but it's Sal McGee. He's like the head honcho of In Your Head.
It's true, but I'm like Stone Cold. I'll stand up to the boss, right, Incher?
All right. You know it.
Does Lexar have any sisters?
Oh, yeah, actually, I do have one.
Oh,
I
you
have
forgot?
sister.
Okay.
I have sister. She lives in Connecticut, though.
All right. How would you feel if Dobbs tried to Lexar her?
I don't know. He will have to travel to Connecticut
Yeah,
to.
he's over in London. So.
Yeah.
Oh, so he has to like get on the
Quite-
plane.
Yeah, or
Quite the
bottle
transit.
to the
Yeah.
water. Marty Van Buren, are you dreaming of a white Christmas or a different color? I'm dreaming of a rainbow Christmas. Marty
I'm
Van
dreaming of green eggs and ham.
Really? Now, if you cracked open a couple eggs and they were green, would you still eat them?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
They're in the book.
It's true. Have you ever suffered at the hands of a Texas clover leaf? Nope.
I don't think, no.
Vic Schiavone. Are there any special freebies if a donation is made to the Headyverse on Giving Tuesday? Interesting. Should give out something. Yeah, I still have a signed Guys and Fries photo.
There you go.
$10 or more if you donate on the super chats. You'll get a Guys and Fries autograph photo. Dobbs Dean Maya has Hey, Incher, how much does a box of heroin go for these days?
How much does a box of heroin go for
I don't know
these
if they
days?
sell it by the box, do they?
I have no clue.
I think it's by the bag.
Just by the bag.
Well, Gogo says a rainbow of love, by the way. Yeah.
I'm going to say
to that heroin.
Yeah, I'm going to say it'd probably be
a couple bucks anyway.
Probably $2,000 maybe.
Whoa.
I don't know. That's just a guess.
Jason, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I like a lot of Christmas movies, honestly.
Probably Christmas Story.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I might go with Christmas Carol, the musical. What do you want for Christmas? I want all of you to love in your head and have a peaceful and safe holiday. Then send me a bunch of stuff.
I just really wish that the aliens would come down and destroy all forms of AI.
Whoa. Hot damn.
Yeah.
I would think you'd be pro AI since you're a big gamer.
It's evil.
Wouldn't you just like to one day just be part of AI, and just live inside like Hubert?
Autobots out there, Jack.
Whoa.
And you better watch out.
Hot damn.
You better watch out, Steven. And you better watch out, Songman. And you better watch out, Vic Schiavone.
They might have been studying Lexar to build Sodomot.
And definitely Lexar better watch out.
That damn. Anybody else? Do you have any Christmas wishes for Santa out there? If Santa's listening, do you have anything you want him to hear that you want for Christmas?
Who is this to?
Everyone.
Oh.
Songman, Lexar, Steven, Vic.
I want this ring apron that I want. It's a wrestling apron used by the indie wrestling promotion CZW. So,
interesting.
Yeah, but I saw it on eBay and it costs a lot of money. But
really?
I really want.
I don't know if he still has it for sale, but Johnny the Bull, I used to know on Facebook. I think he does. I think he might delete his Facebook, but he was trying to sell me it was quite a while ago, a ring apron from WCW, like one from Nitro. I don't know if he still had it. He wanted like $1,000 for it, I think.
I wonder if you had the old ring aprons from the early 90s.
Yeah, this was from WCW, but probably late 90s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about early 90s. The one that says WCW and World Championship Wrestling on the side.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
That's old school. Old school.
Chi-Town Matt sent me a very cool item. But I can't really put it up at the moment because I have this up. But in January, I'm going to do a show with something behind me. You'll find out.
Oh, excellent.
Jason, if I fund you the money to make your own movie, what would it be about? I can't say, but I have some scripts.
Yeah.
One's about necrophilia.
About to ask if you had parts for all of us, but after finding that out, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be in that film. I would just like to do my idea that I had a long time ago where I just run and beat up people the entire movie. The entire movie.
It's a hell of a film.
It's like I'd just be
Doesn't
like,
seem very
Songman,
realistic.
enough of your tunes. And I just run to Songman's house and then beat him up.
Man.
Like I could see myself just busting in the door and Songman's like, hey, it's Incher, you're such a bitcher. You're
Incher, you're such a bitcher.
you know,
Or a picture. I don't know.
You're such a picture. I don't know. Songman's the Songman.
Right.
Well, we'll have
You
to
do
find
feel-
out who's the real whore and see who wins by getting the score.
oh,
Whoever picks up the victory gets into Nintendo 64.
Oh,
what would you
my.
do if you ran in to beat up Songman and he just like pummeled you?
That would be bad times. That
That'd be awesome.
in the movie, I guess.
I think if I funded a movie, it'd be
And-
okay. It's gonna be a takeoff of that. Incher runs to everyone's house to beat him up, and they all just beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I'm sure that's what your script would be. You're like, Incher gets beat up in multiple ways. Such a good film.
And then at the end, you just crap your pants.
You just gave away the end, Jack.
Man,
Gee, spoiler.
I'm just.
Who are you, Rosie
You're-
O'Donnell?
You're a good man. Jason Mitten. What was that? By the way, Steven?
Oh, well, in my spare time, guess what I did?
Wrote a
You-
script.
Yes,
Awesome.
a full-length script I wrote.
Is it a horror movie? Said something
For
killer.
a movie, yes.
Oh.
Jason Mitten.
How
What's
much can we buy the script off of Steven? How much for it?
Well, Jason might just fund it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jason,
Fucking
if
loaded,
you want to
apparently.
fund my script, it's right here.
Yeah, Jason's rolling in the dough.
Profile of a killer, it says. That's what it says, right?
Yes.
I like what Galgo says in the chat room. Incher's movie idea sounds like Sid's WWE comeback idea. Just beat up. That's kind of the point. Just to make myself seem like I'm totally into myself.
Which you are. So do you
Or-
bang any women too, or just beat up?
I just
people?
run and beat up people.
Huh?
The entire.
That could be a sequel.
Hmm.
Jason Mitten, what's your favorite Gene Wilder movie?
Oh, that's a tough
Probably
one.
Young Frankenstein.
I would have to say,
Willy Wonka's up there too.
if I had to pick one, I think I would say Willy Wonka. But he has so many that I like so much. I think an underrated one is the one that he directed was Haunted Honeymoon. I think that's very underrated.
Well, sorry, was someone saying something?
I was going to say Silver Streak. I could watch
Silver
that
Streak's
over and
good.
over again.
Hmm.
Will you do the one chip challenge on the show if the one chip challenge ends up in your Christmas stocking? So that's like that super hot chip. It's like a
Like-
ghost pepper chip.
Oh, it's a ghost pepper chip. I don't really like hot stuff, but I might be able to stomach it for one. Could you do it?
I'd probably be able to eat it, but I don't know if I should.
Yeah, I mean it would be bad for me, but
I probably wouldn't, just because I shouldn't do that kind of stuff.
yeah,
have
it's probably not
multiple
good for
surgeries.
me either. Yeah.
Is the problem. Jason Mitten, if I were going to be a success at anything in life, what would it be?
Who, Jason Mitten?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well,
know.
clearly not a horror critic.
Didn't we think that like he was kind of loaded or something?
Must be. He's good at fun movies. And
Yeah, like isn't he already a success?
I think he's just
mean,
a
he-
success at being
He
my
almost
young
ran
boy.
me over in his hybrid car, and those things ain't cheap. You know, I mean, he was willing to destroy Incher with no engine noise whatsoever. Just
That would have been pretty sweet. That would have been a good movie.
yeah.
I mean, not if he killed you, but it would have been funny if he just ran you over and like you were fine.
I don't know how to take that.
Wouldn't you think that'd be a funny story? Like, oh man, remember when he ran you over? Like maybe at the time
He
you'd been
almost
mad,
did
but-
run me over.
But if we look
my
back on
foot
it,
was
like yeah,
halfway
he
out
really
of his
did run
car,
you
and he just took off, and he was just like,
over.
running
You're all kind of slow though.
What?
You and Newton are both very slow people. I don't mean it in a negative.
You don't mean it in a
No,
negative.
I mean, but you're very slow and ponderous, and
Very slow and what part of that am I supposed to take is like, oh, well, that's nice.
well, no, I mean, you're just slow and steady, and just very. It's a different. You know, Southern people have that kind of take everything just slow, like a turtle. You talk slow, you move slow, you take the day slow. And then, you know, up in the Northeast, everyone's a hyper. Ah!
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's different.
You're a thoughtful person.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Vic.
But I think if he was in this be successful in anything, it would be at capturing my heart.
Okay.
Mitten wants to know, fuck, marry, kill. The caller's on the Zoom right now.
What?
There's more than 3 people.
Yeah, you can't play
Can't
this
do
game.
it.
There's too
Can't do
many.
I'll just marry them all because I love each and every one of them. And then I'll kill them with my kindness. And I guess I'll fuck them with my love. Huh? All right.
Oh,
Before this gets weird, let's go to the next one.
It's kind of got weird.
It's a little late for that, I guess. AEW Dynamite has been increasingly good. I like it. I don't know if it's been increasingly good, but almost every week. Do you think winter is coming will be the best Dynamite yet? I'm looking forward to it. I think it has the potential to be.
Mm-hmm. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Headless Critic says bearded incher equals the only incher.
Maybe that's the end of my movie. It's like incher versus incher. Boom, boom, boom.
Who do you think would win, incher versus incher? My money's on incher.
Exactly. I knew your money would be on incher. Thank you, sir.
To lose.
And crop his parents.
I didn't say that.
You were.
I think you would totally keep all your poop up inside your rectum.
Oh well, thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Right, Lexar.
Yeah.
That would be bad
I
times
was
if
think-
you were giving someone, if you were Lexar and someone, and then they did the WV.
Maybe so. I was thinking about that question that was asked about me earlier about my mom. Now, what if I showed you my mom was a skeleton with woman's hair and then
Like Norman Bates.
Yeah. Just when I freak
Have
you
her the
out.
fruit cellar there. He looks
I think Mitten should be back in your movie. This is the best one yet.
Mhm.
I actually probably wouldn't be too surprised if they showed, if you went to his mom's room and it was just like a skeleton there.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd be that surprised. I think all makes sense.
Yeah, there's your plot line for the movie.
Yeah, I like it. Where the hell were we, Incher? What's your favorite thing to watch on YouTube besides your own videos?
Oh, geez.
I
might
watched
be.
this 17th century cooking
see.
show I like.
What do they do? Like fix like old school
Yeah.
meals or
I
something?
watched one how to make like coffee, like actually roast coffee from the beans on up.
Mm-hmm.
They were making steak like at old school steak houses, and they make like peasant food, and I don't know, it's really interesting. I like it.
I like to watch like people who visit different countries and they do the vlogging or whatever. I'm kind of into that. Like I like seeing them just walking around like Mexico or wherever they're at the time, and seeing all the different sites and everything. Is that your pet rabbit?
It's a rat.
Oh, it's a rat. So you got the
Smells
fake one
good.
there, but you got like the real one, and like
Yeah, I don't think there's much left to it anymore. I don't know what's even back there anymore. I haven't looked for a while. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Did you watch any of our videos from England? Probably not.
I think I've seen them all. Yeah.
I ate jellied eel in London.
Yeah.
We rode the tube, which is like the subway. And this, so we ride in the subway, and this was during Carnival, which is like this annual event. And there was these three black fellows, and they honestly, two of them looked like New Day. One guy looked like Kofi. One guy looked like Big E. And they were drinking vodka, straight vodka, doing vodka shots out of the cap. And they were dancing on the tube. And I was like, that's the good stuff, because I could tell it was the actual potato vodka, the Russian potato vodka. Because usually vodka you buy in the States is wheat vodka. But this is potato vodka. And they're like, yeah, and they had the heavy accent. They were from like somewhere. And so they started giving me shots, and I was taking I was sharing the shots, which you can't do anymore because of COVID, but I was taking the shots of we were passing around, the cap and taking shots of vodka. And Jason thought I was crazy to be drinking vodka with three strangers that were dancing on the tube.
Well, it is alcohol, and alcohol is going to kill anything pretty much. So.
Exactly. It's a good time. Would you do that, Lexar? Share vodka with three strangers dancing on the bus?
Well, I see these two people on YouTube that's like go to like indie shows and around my area, around Jersey, around New York, and every time they tailgate, they had like a vodka bottle, and they pour it in a plastic cup, and they pass the cup around. This was pre-COVID, so so strangers keep drinking out of the same cup. Of vodka.
Songman, what shows do you watch on YouTube?
I've been seeing every now and then a Dark Side of the Ring sometimes, mostly. So
like
been quite a few with my channel and everything. So there's a lot of them.
How about Schiavone? What are you watching on the YouTubes?
Watch a lot of old Memphis wrestling.
All right. Memphis wrestling.
Excellent.
How about Stevie?
Yeah, similar. I'll look up old wrestling shows, like old Worldwide Wrestling Federation shows pre-1984, and just to watch some old wrestling from that period. Also documentaries, biographies.
Yeah.
A lot of concerts. Anything free on there. I'll watch.
Lexar, what are you watching on the YouTubes?
Well, I watch a couple of indie shows like from like CZW.
Watching any old CBS Sports?
Oh yeah, that too. I just watched this college basketball game from 2000, and I'm not really interested in the game. I'm just interested in that banner that they have there.
Oh, I see.
So I just like every time they go to a free throw line, they show the background of this banner here. So they used to be part of a basketball game. Now it's in my room.
I like it.
It's fascinating that you own a piece of memorabilia, whether it be from sports or wrestling, that once used in a field or on a court, on a ring or something, and you
Exactly.
buy it and you
So that
put
gives
it
me a good
up in your
idea.
wall.
What if I started auctioning off the my underwear that I wear during live in your heads? Like, this is Jackie Jones used boxers. He wore these, when they interviewed Mario Mancini. That'd be pretty sweet. You
That
think
was a
Incher?
good interview. Those would
See,
probably
yeah, exactly.
I think I'll buy your WWF television crew jumpsuits. Is the
It's
word.
too big for me now. So. Headless Critic adds it was 8 a.m. when I was sharing the vodka. By the way. Anthony Oberstar says there's going to be a WCW reboot in 2021. Is this true or is this just something he's making up?
I don't see how they could. I mean,
who the hell's going to be in it? DDP? Buff Bagwell? Disco, maybe?
Buff is the stuff and the girls.
Not too many guys that would be could still do it. Sean O'Hare's dead. Mitten, if you wrote a book or movie about your life, what would the title be? The fucking man.
The internet icon.
Boom!
Oh.
That's my idea, man. There, Incher.
Mm-hmm.
He might be my new young boy, Lexar. Showing a lot of potential. The internet icon.
Are you allowed to have 3?
Many as I want. It's enough for me to go around, Incher. What would your book be called?
My book would be
WV?
called
Boss, comma,
secret.
baby?
Maybe. Yeah. The Power Goat.
The Hillbilly Heartthrob?
I wouldn't call it Incher Writes a Book.
This here's my story.
I'm writing a book.
writes a book.
The king of all of the marks.
There you go. The king of the marks.
Of all the marks.
What if I what if I was selling these? Would you like anyone would like to buy in your head
patch
stocking cap? It's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
The whole hat. It's wintertime. Keeps your head warm.
It's true.
Say it looks warm.
It's very warm. I wear it on my walks. Al Oob. By the way, I got soaked today. I was taking a walk and it just started to pour out. I was fucking drenched. Much like all the women when they watch my videos. Would Incher punch a black man in the face if he ran up to Incher's mom and squeezed her breast while saying Hong Kong?
What? I mean, doesn't anybody deserve a
I would think so. It wouldn't matter who they were or what color they were.
Yeah.
Dobbs, are all conspiracy theories lies and fake? Could it be that some might actually be true? Well, of course, some could be, but Al, will you be like Val Venus? Will you be Val Venus's friend on MeWe? I actually have a MeWe years ago. I remember every so often, they have these new social media page sites, and people are like, oh, you got to go join this. And then you join them and no one ever goes.
I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. But no, I will not be. I don't want to follow Val Venus. Dobbs, Dean, Mia, are we going to be friends till the end? Yeah, of course.
Heidi ho.
Marty Van Buren, is there any room for AEW for Hulk Hogan?
Of course there is.
What you gonna do, brother? Yeah, I'd like to see it, brother.
Didn't Tony Khan ban him?
Yeah, but Bruce says 1 inch too far for a name for your book.
Oh, that's very deep, isn't it? 1 inch too far.
When do you think WWE will release a deluxe edition Vince Old Cadaver McMahon variant? Man, I don't want that figure. It's just this old, like, decrepit Vince McMahon.
Sounds pretty awesome to me. I'd hang it on the
It's
wall.
like a raisin.
Yeah.
Would you ever be caught dead in France? I'd like to go to France.
Yeah,
I like
France would
French
be
food.
cool.
You think it would be a fun rib to convince Hulk Hogan to bed Nyla Rose? I think it would be hilarious, he says. Would an in-your-head tag team finisher necessarily be a combination of the Stink Face and Viscera Big Hump? Now, that would be a hell of a move.
Yeah.
What if you were in the back, Incher? All right, you're going over your match, and they go like, all right, Incher. So, 8 minutes into the match, we're going to do this spot where, Phil, he just sticks his ass in your face. And Frank, he just starts dry humping you.
Mm-hmm.
What goes through your mind? I always wonder about that. Like the first time after they're established, like, yeah, I'm doing this thing face people. But the first time it happens, what do people think? They're like, yeah, I'm going to pull my trunks up so I get like a wedgie in my ass, and then I'm just going to rub my ass cheeks in your face. Like, what do you think goes through someone's mind when they pitch this idea to them?
Probably like you're in the wrong business. Why did I not just go to school and become a doctor?
I think it's physically impossible because you're in a corner and your ass is in your face. So how are you gonna dry hump the guy?
That's very true.
If
You got to do almost like a human centipede like position.
I see.
What do you think about that, Incher? Do you think could there be a human centipede, like 6-man tag?
That'd be rough.
the new
Like they all got to get in at the same time, or
yeah, instead of the Freebird rules, it's like with the human centipede rules because they're just all connected. They have to be in the ring all at once.
Be a lot of mat wrestling.
Right.
Not a lot of high flying there.
No, not a lot of bumps. Fuck, Barry, kill Earl Hebner, Aubrey Edwards, and Little Nate. Well, right away, I'm killing Earl. I think I'll actually marry Little Nate. She's pretty cool. We could go to horror movie conventions together, and I'll bang Aubrey Edwards. Sorry, Earl.
Mm-hmm.
No answer? Or are you just gonna? I could see you and Earl, living life, growing old together.
Yeah.
Are you growing old and him growing older?
I mean, what if Earl goes backwards like Benjamin Button?
Oh man, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Marty Van Buren, how badly do you want to see Kenneth Omega V Trigger John Mox head clear off? I don't. I actually prefer Moxley. But I do like
want to see him beat him. I want to see him win the belt.
I like Moxley, but I'm not a big Kenny. He's a good wrestler, but I'm not a fan of him outside of matches. Marty Van Buren, are you a natural heel or babyface? I think I'm just a very lovable man that people cannot hate. I'm unhateable. That could be a new nickname, the unhateable Jackie Jones. I see we're all in agreement. The unhateable Jack. I love it. It's a good shirt, unhateable. How about you, Incher? You natural baby face or heel?
I don't know.
Fucking chicken shit heel over here. I'm not saying you are. I'm just throwing out there as a choice.
I'm not sure. I don't believe in right and wrong on
what? You don't believe what are you trying to plead insanity?
I'm saying
you don't
I
know
don't
the
believe
difference between right and wrong.
Yes. No, I'm saying I don't believe like one person is just a terrible person and one person is just such a good person. I think it's shades of gray, basically. Not 50, but just
So
shades.
you're a tweener, is what you're trying to just put out there.
I don't like the way you put that. No.
You can you're a guy that go either way. I've heard
I
that
don't
about
like the
you.
way you put that.
God, I say a natural heel, just very argumentative. Marty Van Buren, thoughts on Mike
Just
Tyson?
because I disagree with you every now and then, you're like,
Every
"He's
day."
natural heel."
I was like, "Oh, it's a nice day out." He's like, "No, it's not, you bitch." I was like, "Whoa."
I'm gonna fucking hit you.
I'm gonna run to your house and beat you up. It's a new scene in the movie. He's running for 10 days.
Let me wash my hands first because I fell in this giant freaking pothole.
I almost did. I tell you about the sinkhole?
The sinkhole.
Yeah, because I walk the rails sometime, which I found out's illegal, but I like to walk the rails, the train rails.
Oh
And,
no, do not do that. Stop. Don't.
It's fun. I like it.
No.
good
No. Do not walk on the train. Have you ever seen Stand By Me? The kid was
Yeah.
killed by a train, Jack.
I'm gonna say this. It's a little different. Maybe
Are you
on a
like Teddy
bridge.
Duchamp? Are you doing the train dodge?
It's impossible. It only if you do something stupid like that. It's impossible to walk the rails and be accidentally be hit by a train. Unless you have your
My dad
mentally
is like
diminished.
seen people who's been hit by a train.
They committed suicide. They either committed suicide, drunk, on dope.
They may be drunk, but
no one in their with their senses to them. Without it's impossible because you hear the train 2 miles away. You feel it. It's impossible.
There was a guy locally here. He was drunk and he fell asleep on the tracks.
I see that happening. I could see that happening, but if you're not drunk or on something, I don't think it's possible.
Like, say if there's two trains and you didn't realize.
Well, then they're gonna kill each other because they're gonna run into each other.
Well, you don't mess around the train tracks, Jack. I'm just telling you. Don't do it.
Miles.
It is illegal, and you shouldn't.
It is illegal. I did find that out. But anyway, so people I have some of people. Chef George.
I mean, just ask Billy Jack Haynes.
Chef George, who owns Captain Scott's, my favorite local restaurant. He's on my Facebook. He's a good man. He knows I walk the train tracks. So the other day I was in there, it was a couple weeks ago, and he's like, him and one of the waitresses, they're like, "Did you see last night the big sinkhole?" And I was like, "What?" And so I looked it up after they told me. I looked it up, and where I walk, there was a giant sinkhole, and someone heard the train off in the distance, called them, and they were lucky. They actually stopped the train, or else they think probably a lot of people would have died. The train would have went. There's a giant sinkhole that the train almost went into, and they had to fill it all in. But anyway, if I would have been walking there, I might have fell in a giant sinkhole.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have fell in it, but a train would, because it's a lot heavier than a person.
Over in New York,
I did find a big hole when I walked over the train bridge. That wasn't very cool. I'm walking over the train bridge. I will say this: I walk over a train bridge, and it is kind of that is a little creepy. Walking over the bridge. There's no sides,
and
you can look down and see like through, the. And then there was a big hole, and I was like, "Oh."
I was always taught not to mess around the train tracks. So do not mess around the train tracks.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like when I post on Facebook that I'm walking the train tracks. I think you could break your ankle though, or sprain your ankle easily, because when I'm walking, you got to make sure to step on the tracks. Because some places it's level with the ground, but some places it isn't, and they're above it, so you could easily twist your ankle. See what I'm saying?
Over in New York, people in like the subway stations, people are getting shoved off the station into the tracks.
Yeah,
shoved like somebody like physically pushed them off the platform. Yeah.
Yep, I can see that
It's
happening.
Mhm. But I have family members that work for the railroad, so they've always been like pretty passionate about this, that you do not mess around the train tracks.
It's
So
fun though.
why are you just trying to be a rebel? Why can't you just take my word for it? Don't mess around the train tracks, Jack.
Well, if I go to Father's, which is about 5 miles down the road from me, there's no sidewalk there. So if I'm walking, I have to
How
walk
good
in
is
the highway.
Father's? Father's is worth risking your life.
I've only ate there once in my life, and I went there with my brother. We drove there. But if I wanted to, let's say I want to go to Father's, I could walk the train tracks, and then it comes right out in front of Father's. I wouldn't have to walk along the highway.
Mhm.
Just walk right down the train tracks. There's like this weird like private area down the train, because it's really in the middle of nowhere. You can just walk miles, you know what I'm saying, out in the woods. And there's this, I don't even know where it connects, because there's a road, but it doesn't connect to the highway. And it's a private road, so you can't go on it. So I'm very confused. It's both sides. And there's all these like right out of a horror movie, like handwritten signs like "Do not enter." It's like private property. I just imagine there's some fucking killers living out there.
Wait a minute though. You're walking the train tracks, and you've gotten upset because people think you're a hobo, but you are using the route that hobos use all the time, Jack.
Yeah, there's an abandoned train track. I mean, not train track, abandoned train car
How
out
do
in the
you
woods,
know
just
this?
sitting out in the woods. It's pretty awesome. Like you could just get like a couple
Uh-huh.
broken windows, and I could see that there's graffiti inside. I kind of want to get into it, but
Do you go inside the
no, I've never
embedded
been
train
in it. I
car?
kind of want to though.
I'm
But
intrigued by all this
Inter
train
probably
talk.
yell at me if
Don't
if
mess around the train tracks.
what about
I've
going
been
into
told that a
abandoned
train
car?
can get up on top of you quicker than what you would think.
I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe
I
it.
know, I know you're underestimating me here, but I hear this to be true.
You hear it and feel it literally miles away.
I don't know.
You can feel it. You
I
hear
hear
it.
they're very deceiving at times.
I don't believe it.
I mean, how much notice would you have to avoid being hit? I mean,
Oh, quite a bit.
so I'm thinking it's just, unless you want a big trestle or something.
Yeah. And the only like on that bridge, but it's only like, I mean, it's not like it's a mile long bridge or something. It's like 10 feet. So.
Is it
Well,
one
if I
track
get
or
killed
like
on the bridge
two?
intro, you could come on the show and be like, I told that bastard, told that moron.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna reenact like Stand By Me? I mean, you're tripping over potholes. I mean, what are you gonna do with the like big railroad tracks?
There is a hole on there too. I took a picture of it. There's a hole on the bridge.
And your mom tells you not to do it, but you're still doing it. Do you
Grown
listen to
man, I'll do whatever I
anybody?
want to do.
Just don't do it.
It's fun.
This is not a good message you're sending the kids. Don't.
I say
Don't
walk
mess around train tracks.
walk the rails. It's good. You see stuff you're not going to see any other time. You're out in the middle of desolate area with no one around, so it's totally safe.
No.
Unless the tracks are owned by Amtrak or another.
They're
local-
owned by something, because there's signs every so often says no, do not trespass, do not walk on the rail.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do it. It is illegal.
I'm intrigued by all this train talk. Please keep talking about trains and tracks.
That's going to be the new direction of the show.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by trains since I was a kid.
Really?
And every time I go to a WrestleMania trip, I always use Amtrak. I went to Atlanta, Miami, and New Orleans, all on Amtrak. And Amtrak.
I've only traveled. I've been on the subway many times, what we call the T. I've never traveled like train across state lines, but
Yeah.
I've taken the commuter rail a few times, which is still technically a train, but to like Salem and to Worcester. I actually like traveling that way though. The only thing is there's so many stops, it's like hard to sleep. I like to sleep.
Yeah.
It's up here.
I've never traveled myself, but looky there.
I was gonna travel a couple times, but it cost wise, it was like it cost more than to fly.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to New York and Philadelphia, and each time I take the trains, but it costs. It's like complicated. If you want to go to Philadelphia, it's like complicated. You have to like take 3 or 4 trains and get transfers for one of them. To go to New York, you just take maybe one train and just transfer to another one, and that's it. You're in New York, and just one train.
So here, I'm gonna show you a picture here.
Pothole train.
Hold on. Here's the abandoned. That's the abandoned train car.
No, okay. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's just out in the woods, off the side of the rails.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go inside of it. There's probably like some hobos living in there, though.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Cannibals. That'd make a good movie. It was a train full of cannibals.
Could be.
Yeah, that's true.
It's weird though. It's just like sitting there. What would your relatives say about that? Not to go in that incher?
I don't know about that, but like they'd probably be interested in what kind of car it was from and what year it was and all that. But
from what I understand, it's been there since the 60s, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I found about it on the local sandwich page.
Stevie, good night. I can tell
Yes,
you're going to bed.
It's midnight and it's time for me to tap out for the night.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Good night, all. Have a good night.
Good night, Steve. But look at this. Look how beautiful that is.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it nice? Just walk down there for miles, and
See, so what's the danger in that? If you hear a train coming, you jump off.
yeah, I can jump off either side. Plenty of room.
Well, I've just been told that a train can get up on top of you before you really even know it.
Yeah, well, what if there's a fences on each side? It'll be impossible to like get away from it.
Yeah, but there isn't any like that. So.
Just saying though, if there was fences.
If there was, but there isn't.
Like I've been to my local transit depot, and whenever I go to a different town, for shows or for something, there's usually a fence blocking each side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sad times if you get hit.
I'll be fine.
I want to know what your station, what the local train stations look like, because I'm so mesmerized by the core.
There's like the one by me is like abandoned pretty much.
I don't care. I'd like to see it.
I have pictures. I'm not sure where they are. I'll have them ready for next week. Everyone will be excited to see them.
Special transit episode of In Your Head.
Exactly.
We don't talk about wrestling. We just talk about trains.
We talked a lot about wrestling, I think.
Yeah, we done it up. We done it up pretty good.
Yeah.
Talking the wrestling.
I like that there wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now I got shutting time station playing in my head right now.
It's closing time. That song.
No, Shining Time Station is like this. It's the song they use for this PBS show for Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine, right here.
Yeah, there you go. Shining Time Station is the song they use for that show. I don't know if Vic remembers it, but it's like for kids shows, but they play that song at Shining Time Station. And they use this like image, this long train that's just cruising. It's like have multiple cars. It's like never ending
Yeah.
train. Just like riding along somewhere.
Weird. All right. I think we should all take a train trip together.
Yeah. Where to?
Where do you want to go, Incher?
Alaska.
The train to Alaska. That'd be a
I
long
don't
trip.
know if there is a train that goes to Alaska.
Probably.
There's a place out of Nashville, like I took the one in the fall. They'll go like 100 miles one way and back, and it's through the fall foliage with the leaves changing, and that was really neat.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So here's when I was walking across the bridge and there's a hole. See,
what if you fell down that hole?
you should have luck.
What if your leg, like you didn't see it, you just stepped in the middle of it and like you're stuck, and then the train starts coming and then it just runs you over.
Here's you can see like someone drew like a smile. Maybe it's you can't see it too well, but it's like a smiley face inside this abandoned train car.
Now that's creepy.
There's a better picture of it. It's got a barbed wire fence around it. Is that to keep us out or to keep something in?
I would say to keep you out.
Here's this old building along.
That's a station?
Tracks. Yep. Well, that's the auto parts shop, but that's right next to the station. Here's the off the rails. See, look at all this pretty scenery and sure.
It's pretty.
Pretty scenery.
Look at that. That's
What in the world?
That's the abandoned station.
Oh my goodness, Jack! What?
Is that Lexar probably drew that?
Wax my taint.
Man, that's just the road. Look at that handsome guy on the rail, and sure, he's posing for the camera, looking all sexy.
See, you could be standing there taking a selfie, and a train just splat.
I noticed that he has headphones on, so how is he going to hear the train with headphones on?
I hear it's fine.
That's very true. Walking on the train tracks with headphones. Your mom. I'm calling your mom after the show. I think she should be worried.
Look at this one, and sure.
He does. He's got head trap. You're mocking it. This is. You really better never get hit by a train because I mean this is going to be like all over the place. Man mocks train and then gets hit by one.
Man mocks train. I love it.
I mean, look at you. You got that smiling face, like, ooh, whatever happened to?
Oh man.
Jack
living in the 1950s. What was that, Vic? Sorry.
I said you only live once, Jack.
Exactly. Might as well enjoy it.
Don't listen to the Vic. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Listen,
live life to the fullest. Walk the train tracks.
Oh my God!
Good time.
If Jack did that here in New Jersey, he'd be dead. Because
I'd say that's pretty heavy traffic for trains.
Yep. Whole system of whole state, New Jersey.
Good time, Mincher.
Don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Seen some animals out there too. A lot of rabbits.
Yeah.
Thinking to hurt you. All right. Where are we? Thoughts on Mike Tyson's in-ring return?
I didn't see it.
I didn't either. From what I understand, he won every round, but they just said it was a draw.
Well, it's like an exhibition anyhow.
Pay $50 for this shit. Yeah.
It's like you can't go for like a headshot or anything.
Yeah. I think it speaks more about like how bad off boxing is, because like this is the match that people are excited about. like a
I mean,
60-year-old Mike Tyson.
congratulations to Mike Tyson, though. I mean, he's still somewhat of a draw. What was the numbers for the match?
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's the first boxing match I've really heard of in years.
Yeah,
that anyone cared about. It's funny because I remember all since I was a kid up until not probably like the Klitschko's. Like everyone knew who like the heavyweight champion was, but I don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah. Like Tyson Fury, when he came around, I was like,
Yeah, I didn't
who
know
is
who
this?
that was.
I only know him because of wrestling.
Yeah. Marty Van, they said they said he lost 100 pounds for the fight too, Tyson.
Really?
I didn't know he gained that much.
Wasn't Tyson supposed to fight Chris Jericho and AEW?
Yeah, but because of the pandemic, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Marty Van Buren, where's the beef? I think he got kicked off Facebook.
The Ultimate Beef got kicked off?
I think so. Or he went and joined Parlor, maybe. I don't know.
The what?
What do you want for Chris? We already asked that one, but thank you. How much time has Intra spent down at the Holler?
Oh, I ain't been down there in a long time.
Can't go down there, you might get hit by a train.
Is that where the Holler is?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Fuck, Mary, kill Robbie, Scar, Taz of the Greek, and Swax. I know, let's kill
just
myself.
kill 'em
Fuck
all.
that.
Kill them all.
Nikhil,
See you later, Lexar.
Oh,
Take it
Lexar
easy.
knew we're getting to Nikhil's questions. It's like I'm getting out of here.
See ya. Bye.
The Dirty Dozen from Nikhil. You know, honestly, if you add up all the questions from Marty, it's probably more. Thoughts on Tony Khan saying Miro was treated like a dog and now they're rebuilding him? Well, I'll say I probably agree on the first part. I don't think he's treated. I don't know about Dub. He wasn't treated very. They didn't use him very well in WWE because he was legit one of the most over guys at one point. That being said, I don't think they've used him well at all in AEW.
No.
I think he's one of the worst booked guys.
Yeah. It hasn't been going so well for him in AEW. They could do better.
Kip Sabian. Rusev is better than being Kip Sabian's lackey.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to do something more with him. Like, if Kip was just the lackey of the group, that would be fine. But I don't understand why Rusev is or Miro's taking the kind of the back seat.
I mean, I don't really get the why he's a video game guy. I mean, I know he's into video games. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't translate into wrestling.
No.
And it doesn't translate for him either. Maybe you could do it with someone, I don't know, but like this big giant, like, you know, God, like you're supposed to be afraid of, and he's like obsessed with video games. I don't get it. I know you're a video game guy.
Yeah.
And it's not even.
Well, I've even said
I mean, I like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but like if he was obsessed with D&D or something, like it wouldn't work either. I don't get it.
No, it doesn't fit very well for the wrestling world, I don't think. Like, even like Kenny Omega or like the Young Bucks, or, you know, they kind of talk about video games and stuff. It's fine to have like your side shows and stuff, but when it comes to like online story, how are you supposed to work that into like an online story? I mean,
it's not.
I mean, they've done the one thing where they had the spear into the arcade cabinet and they were mad about it, but really those guys kind of come off like silly. Which, you know, somebody did a spear into one of my arcade cabinets, I would be mad at that person, but it's not a very good wrestling angle, you know.
No, especially like when they just brought it out to the ring side for some reason. Like if they went to his house and did it, maybe it would make a little more sense.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it could have been done like in somebody's house, like where they had a
like
fight
that's you wouldn't
in the
travel
house.
around with your arcade cabinet.
No, they're heavy. I hate.
Yeah, how the hell would you even do it?
Or like a pinball machine or something. I hate moving them because it sucks getting them up the stairs. I mean,
I could just lift them and put them in back, but it's hard, you know, we're getting it through the doorway. I sometimes walk around with mine when I'm
I ought
walking
to have
the
you come down
rails.
and help me move mine some. That would be good.
Yeah, sometimes I put one in the back when I'm walking down the train tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, see, you're putting the arcade cabinet at risk too.
Oh,
now,
that's
Jack.
true.
So I can't support that either. What's the matter with you?
Would you like to see Austin Aries in AEW? Yes, but from a lot of things I see about the guy, I don't know if he seems like a jerk.
I still don't understand what he got so upset about Impact for. Or was that real, or was that supposed to be fake? Like,
I don't know.
Like he just got up and he was mad about losing to Johnny Nitro, and then he left. I don't know what the deal was with that, but honestly, I think the ship's kind of sailed on Austin Aries.
Yeah, I mean he's also getting up there.
I was watching AEW earlier today, and a thought did come across my mind. Like, what about like Jay Lethal in AEW? I think that would be good.
Yeah, I think that would be too. He seems very loyal to Ring of Honor, but I think it
Yeah.
would benefit him.
But like a Kenny Omega versus Jay Lethal match, I think that would be pretty big.
Yeah, and he's
matchup.
also a charismatic guy, good talker. He would fit. He'd be good.
Mhm.
Urius, how often do you get scared in the dark? Never. I'm out in the dark a lot, walking, falling in potholes.
Mhm.
I don't walk the tracks in the dark though, because you could sprain my ankle.
Like if you do get in an area where like it's really dark, it does get kind of scary. Like if there's no street lights or anything.
I'm very used to it. There's no street lights here, and I walk sometimes 3 in the morning and stuff.
I'd never do that here.
I did in Chicago too. Matt was not happy.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
Because coyotes would probably eat me.
I do see coyotes sometimes, actually, when I'm walking.
Yeah. You got your headphones on for them, and you're like laughing at them.
Oh yeah, I wear the headphones all the time. They're more comfortable than earbuds.
Well, I'm not worried about the comfort of the headgear. I'm worried about like you not having your senses with you. And
well, I'm not gonna like I watch when I cross the street and stuff.
Jeez, why are you so defensive for somebody who's trying to protect you?
You can't live in fear.
I'm not telling you to live in fear. I'm just telling you to be careful.
I am careful.
It doesn't sound like you're being careful if you're walking on train tracks with headphones on.
Yeah, but you got to listen to some music or listen to like an audiobook.
No. You're saying you can hear a train coming, but you got
you can. It's not like you have the headphones on and you can't hear anything. Like they're just deafening or something.
Do you think they put the signs up saying "Don't walk on the tracks" because
that's so they don't get sued?
Reason? Why would people sue them?
Because they say, "Hey, Bobby got hit by a train. Walking, it's not safe."
Because somebody
told him not to. Yeah, but he had to have been drunk or something. I'm saying that you can't get hit by a train accidentally unless you're drunk, you're high, or you're injured, or you've got something wrong with you. Don't have any senses. You can hear it, you can feel it miles away.
I don't know. I've just heard that they can get up on top of you before you know it. So I would say if they're going at a pretty fast rate, like you might not be able to.
You hear it. You can feel it. You feel the tracks like rumbling, like honestly, 2 miles away. And within a mile, they're like really loud.
Plus, they'd be blowing their horn.
Yeah, they get the horn blowing.
Maybe the engineer won't see you.
They don't need to see you. They're blowing it just the whole time.
Well, they need to see you to blow the horn.
No, they're blowing it. When they're going through the town, they're blowing it.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you can hear it. I'll be down here. I can hear it way off in the distance.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck the trains. Who will win
Jeez.
Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal? MJF.
You're like an enemy of my family now if you're saying fuck the train.
I don't mean like fuck them like to kill them.
the, the railroad has fed me for all my life.
I'm not against them. I love them. I'm out there walking them, supporting them.
But you just said fuck the trains.
Yeah, I mean fuck them like as in like I had fear of them. Take away my freedoms of walking the train tracks with headphones.
Oh my god, you do got like a hobo mentality.
What kind of hobo has Sony headphones?
Well, not Sony headphones, but I mean, like you're like take away my freedom from walking.
No,
on the
that
tracks.
was just me being stupid. I was just kidding with that one. MJF, Hangman Page, Sammy Guevara, John Silver, Alex Reynolds. Who the fuck's Alex Reynolds? Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Hardy, Matt Seidel, Scorpio Sky, Sean Spears, Orange Cassidy, Kip Sabian, Miro, and Wardlow. For the Battle Royal, I'll go with Wardlow. Orange Cassidy, he's my boy.
Mm-hmm. I'd say Wardlow is a good pick.
Well, AJ beat Drew McIntyre for the title at TLC.
No, I don't think you will.
I wouldn't think so either, but I mean, I didn't think you'd lose it to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
They really put AJ over in that Undertaker documentary. I'm surprised McMahon and Triple H and so many people really like him.
I'm kind of thinking they're not so happy with him though after the whole like Good Brothers thing and all that. Him being mad.
Maybe they're trying to keep him happy though.
Maybe it's that's possible.
Because McMahon's like, oh, it wasn't me who fired him, pal. It was that Paul Heyman.
It was that Paul Heyman. How can you believe that?
He believes the world's flat. He can't be too smart.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, like, how can you believe that Paul Heyman's firing anybody from a company? I mean, unless it was ECW back in the day. I mean, he's not firing nobody. He's not a McMahon.
Have they missed the boat on Kevin Owens as a top star? I mean, I do think they pushed him pretty well. I'm a big fan, but I do think he never really helped his look very much. But I mean, they used him pretty well for the most part. I don't know if he'd ever be the top guy though.
On SmackDown, they set it up. They set it up that he'll be wrestling Roman.
Oh, okay.
At PLC.
That'd be a good match.
Because what they didn't go into on SmackDown when Otis got attacked, Kevin Owens came out to break it up and defend him, and he challenged Uso to a match and ended up taking a chair and just laying him out, and saying he was coming for Roman. So he'll be going for the title.
That's how they ended SmackDown last week, where he was like challenging Roman. So, yeah, I do think they kind of like, it's like he had a lot of buzz behind him, and it's like they do it all the time in WWE where they just won't push somebody until like the buzz is just pretty much gone. And then it's like, then they'll push them. And it's like, what the hell are you all doing, you know?
Thoughts on Jimmy Rave retiring from wrestling and having it? Yeah, I saw this. He had his arm amputated. That's horrible.
Really? I didn't know.
Horrible for anybody, but you know, a relatively young guy, athlete.
Why do you?
I'm not sure what happened. Why he needed it. I assume it's maybe some type of infection or something.
Yeah, it was an infection.
We can barely hear you.
Huh. Sorry about that, Jimmy Rave, but dang.
I also cannot see you.
Yeah, I don't have my video camera on here. Let me fix the audio. Give me 1 second.
Tosh, Urias Tosh, have you ever considered adopting a child? Nope.
No.
But that's good for people who do. I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
It's me personally. What are the worst things about WWE booking and what are the positives? The worst stuff is that it sucks.
I think the positives right now, it
The
seems
Hurt
like,
Business I like,
yeah.
and I like the Roman Reigns stuff.
You guys hear me
the
now?
Romans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that stuff with Jimmy Rave. He's been asking for donations for years. So I don't know if it's the same injury that he's had for years that turned into like an infection. I have no idea, but
wow,
he
that'd
had
be
his arm
horrible.
amputated, yeah.
If it could have been something avoidable.
Right.
Thoughts on Hornswoggle coming out? We covered that one. What will happen at the Moxley versus Omega match tomorrow? Who will win? How long will the match be? I think it'll be very long. I
20
personally am
minutes.
a Moxley guy. I actually do think Kenny Omega win because you're doing it on TV, and if you're going to finally put the belt on Kenny Omega, you do it on your TV show instead of pay-per-view because then the most people see it.
Yeah.
Anointing like the new guy. That's how I see it. He's kind of heel anyway, but I think maybe full-fledged heel at this show.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
Which they are hinting that, he jumped Moxley behind the scenes or hired somebody to do it. So
I think it was part of his movie there. He's running around beating everybody up.
I ran down and beat up John Moxley.
Do you think you could take Moxley?
I know. Probably not.
He's a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
That's one I never get where Cornette always talks about him being too small. It's like, he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah. He is, yeah. He's not. I mean, he's got an average build.
He's probably like Steve Austin size, if Austin was not juiced up.
A hell of a lot bigger than fucking Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, exactly. Or Dennis Condrey. I mean, those guys are awesome,
Lane.
but still, yeah. And he's always, putting over, and I like a lot of those guys, but I mean, like Adam Cole, I mean, that guy's got no build whatsoever.
Jack, you remember Smoky Mountain from back in the day?
Yeah.
Literally 90% of the roster looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
A lot of those guys on Power, too, like those tag champs and stuff. That's why, for me, it's hard to take him seriously on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know when he ever became like this body guy, because like almost everyone he pushed or managed were like, not particularly great looking guy. I say this all the time, but I love Dennis Connery, but I mean, that guy looked like crap. That was part of the gimmick, though.
Yeah. Remember that dirty dick white boy or whatever the fuck that guy's
dirty white
name?
boy? Yeah,
whatever the fuck. Dirty Dick, whatever the fuck his name was, man. That guy looked like dog shit.
Yeah.
He was
I love his
events.
And like, it makes me think like, so you had the Heavenly Bodies and, Dr. Tom Pritchard, I mean, not greatest looking. But then the other guy, though, Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, I always thought the gimmick was he looked horrible, but he called himself a gigolo. But it makes me wonder, did Jim Cornette really think he was like the sexy guy? Because if he was around today, like, he's not any better looking than like Joey Janela or something.
Yeah.
Nah, man. He's like the equivalent of fucking superhuman.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I thought I got a kick out of him doing, he's like swiveling, but he's missing the teeth, and he's like got a belly and stuff. But like, I mean, he doesn't look better. He definitely doesn't look better than Moxley.
Dude, even a guy like Kevin Sullivan, right? Like Kevin Sullivan was not a big guy.
No, he's very short.
Yeah,
he was
stocky,
I mean, he was really ripped back way before like he was doing the before he was like famous.
Right. Well, so was John Silver, though. You know what I mean? That guy's stocky as hell, but he's
I said like I actually could totally believe him doing moves to somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I mean, I don't really think anyone watches wrestling today thinking like this is legit competition. So.
Yeah.
Will you buy the Young Bucks book? I would be interested in reading it. Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
They rejected my DVD cover, so fuck them. I'm biased.
What is your favorite local restaurant and why? Captain Scott's. Great food, great prices, daily specials. Today they had chicken gyro and fries for $4.99. He's been doing, this is to be an ad for Captain Scott's. They've been doing family meals. They have a family meal for $4. They have baked stuffed lobsters. So 4 whole baked stuffed lobsters with your sides, which was baked, your choice of potatoes and vegetable, $49.99. Might seem like a lot to somebody who hears that, but it's not. It's very inexpensive. You can get a homemade meatballs for $10.
Yeah. Is it local restaurant, like the local?
Yeah, it's not even a mile from me. I go
Okay.
there a lot for lunch.
But that was the question, the local. Mine would be the Jim's Steak and Spaghetti House, which their spaghetti is unlike any spaghetti that you're ever going to eat, but like it's very good. And
Captain Scott's makes
really
his
good.
He makes his homemade pasta every day.
But it's kind of like a diner setting kind of thing. But they even got like Sergeant Slaughter's picture, like he's up on the wall because he went in there to eat. And they have a John F. Kennedy booth because he went in there and ate like a long time ago. So
I'd be big around where I am. Everyone loves the Kennedys here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the furthest you have driven, and how many hours was it?
I think the furthest probably was Michigan a few weeks ago. Which that was like a 6-hour drive. If I drove a little longer than that, I know like when I would drive to Charlotte, that would be like 5
Did you drive
hours.
up there to join the Stop the Steal
Nah, we went up there.
protest?
Me and my dad, we went up there to get car doors. But that was like I missed the show 1 week a couple of weeks ago, so that's where we were going to Michigan, Pontiac actually. So where WrestleMania was.
Mine was like 12 hours, I think, with Ascension and Jimmy Hart. We went to Indiana for a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the first day of COVID, and Jimmy Hart was freaking the fuck out. It was, dude, that was.
Oh, he's an older guy too, you know.
Yeah, yo, man, it was something to see. The sight of the Ascension at 7-Eleven with Jimmy Hart with his Hulk Hogan jacket while I'm smoking a blunt is, I mean, come on, dude. There's not a dollar amount I can put on that kind of experience. You know? They're like fucking with Jimmy Hart the whole time. It's freaking amazing.
I've been in a car for 8 hours when we went to like Myrtle Beach, but I didn't drive it.
How long was it going from your place to Charlotte?
That was about 5 hours. Yeah. When we went down there. Yeah, it's close to 5, I think.
Ow, did Russo mess up by not keeping the eye patch look after his eye healed? Yeah, it could have been. He could have been like Nick Fury. I don't know. I don't watch his videos. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Owl, with Scorpio Sky seemingly turning heel tonight on AEW Dark. Wow, that's weird that they would turn him heel in Dark.
What? Really?
Is Jack's joke about if an internet wrestling fan ran a wrestling, everyone would be heel coming true? Kinda, yeah.
I mean, he seemed like a pretty good baby face for, you know.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of top baby faces in AEW.
I thought he felt pretty good as a baby face.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have done that.
No, it's a guy the crowd likes. So
he just made the save too for SCU like last week. Whenever Kazarian, like he punched MJF, didn't Scorpio Sky come out and make the save?
Yeah, and they've been pushing him for kind of start and stop with his push. But it seems like they've been trying to get behind him again.
And Will Hobbs, they just turned him heel.
Yeah,
I mean they don't need more heels really. And Omega's going heel, and I mean they need some faces.
Also, why the fuck is AEW Dark 2 hours plus? I haven't watched it, so I can't speak if it's good or bad. I don't know, but I've seen other people say it's too long. Even Mitten, who's like obsessed with it. So.
Yeah, I put it on a few weeks ago, but I didn't finish it, and so I would like to try to get in the habit of watching it more.
Hoosier Highway says his longest ride was 9.5 hours.
Yeah.
Tyler Stevens, does Vic feel ashamed of himself for letting his daughter see Lexar's face?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Lexar's a good man. Tyler Stevens, when does the Headyverse CD come out? Interesting, like a music CD. Thoughts on Harley Race? One of the greatest of all time.
Very intimidating man.
One of my favorites.
Great interview.
Great. In ring ahead of his time. He invented a lot of the suplexes we see all the time now. I think he might have invented the vertical suplex, but he invented a lot of them. Gut wrench suplex. Really good combination of because he could do the suplexes. Also, really good punches, and really underrated high flyer. He's really the guy that really put the diving headbutt on the map. And ahead of his time for doing a lot of stuff. His matches weren't really like slow or anything. I don't say boring, but because it was a different era for a lot of those guys. Not necessarily boring. That was how they worked, but really helped bring in the modern style, I would say. Tyler Stevens, thoughts on AJ Styles? He's a guy I'm really surprised did so well in WWE. If I would have guessed it, I would have thought he would have been nothing in WWE. And he's one of the guys that I think actually has improved in WWE. He's always good in the ring, but really came into his own as far as a character.
Yeah.
In promos.
I never thought they'd used him as well. Yeah. They have.
Yeah, that's a guy you can't complain about that WWE misused because they've used him better than I ever thought they would. I would never predicted he'd be like world champ at some point in WWE. Bobby Heenan. I agree with Jim Cornette on this one. He's the greatest manager of all time, and if you ever argue, it's always for the second because I don't think anyone's a better manager than Bobby Heenan. Also, probably my favorite color commentator ever. Him or Jesse. Johnny Swinger. Incher, you want to handle this one? What's your thoughts on Johnny Swinger?
A very entertaining guy. Probably overlooked for way too long, and I'm glad he's getting this run in Impact.
Even though you don't watch it.
I need to start watching it. I'm bad.
How far behind are you? Like 20 weeks?
I need to just jump to the current week. I was trying to watch the last pay-per-view, and that got spoiled for me, and I just said, "Oh, to hell with it." I hate when stuff gets spoiled, because I'm I'm about to watch it, and then you already know what happens, so you're just like, eh.
Jimmy Jam. Rest in peace, Jimmy Jam. Very sad. Anyone passed away young, and someone we knew. Big part of the show.
Yeah.
Had a lot of loyalty and passion for In Your Head and wrestling in general. Tyler Stevens. Who would you make the best cast? Who would make the best cast of the new Hulk Hogan movie from the Headyverse? Could see Lexar being the Iron Sheik.
Lexar is the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, to humble everybody. Who could Vic play?
He'd probably be a good Vince McMahon.
I could see that actually. He's got the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dye it black would work.
Hogan, geez.
Intro would be a good Cousin Luke.
Cousin Luke?
Yeah, from the Hillbillies.
Thanks.
Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, I think I could be Captain Lou Albano.
God, I'm trying to think who would be a good Hogan. Like Hogan's so like unique.
Who would be a good Hogan from the Headyverse? The Song Man,
Yay.
Ultimate Beef.
Ultimate Beef. He probably has the guns.
Beef could play the Warlord.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be a big part of the movie, the Warlord, just like Cousin Luke, Cousin Junior, or whoever. Cousin Luke.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeez. I'm drawing a blank on this one. Like, who would be a good Roddy Piper?
Maybe Jason Mitten.
I guess I could see a little bit of that. But I don't know if he could pull it off.
Stellar
Don't mean to
Stevens says Vic
question.
would make a good Jack Tunney.
Mm-hmm.
And Stevens says he could make a good Andre the Giant. Is he really tall?
Maybe.
Who's that guy I used to call? He calls in sometimes. He always looks like a giant when he takes pictures with the wrestlers. He'd be my Andre. Forget his name now.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
How about Shaheen? Who's Shaheen playing?
Shaheen.
I don't know. Who would I play? Has to be a bald person, obviously.
Nikolai Volkov.
Hell no, man. Nikolai Volkov. That man retired not even wrestling in a ring. I don't want that legacy. Fuck, Iron Sheik. Why not? He's bald and Persian.
It works. Yeah.
Right?
The cameraman zoom in. I can see that.
Humble.
We'll have to find another role for Lexar then.
Yo, did I ever tell you guys? Did I ever tell you guys?
Conquistadors, him and Songman.
Goosey would be a George Animal Steel.
I can see that.
Oh Jesus! Did I tell you guys about Iron Sheik and the time I met him?
No.
I obviously I'm legitimately Persian, and I assume he's Persian because he was born in Iran. So I met him, and I spoke to him in Farsi, and he just kind of looked at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And for a second, like I asked his handler, I was like, is it like a gimmick or is he actually Persian? He's like, no, he is. He's just you just gotta kind of deal with him. He's just kind of out of it. And this is during the time where he was like really completely just off the fucking wagon.
Yeah.
So he was out of it. And then I asked him to sign my name, and I spelled it out for him. And I still have the autograph, and he put it out as Shane, Shane. And I was like, dude, like I just. Come on, man. You should be the one person not to fuck this up. Like, out of all these people.
So, do you think he's been in the country so long he's forgot his own language, or you think he was just too messed up?
I think it's a combination of both. I think he's just kind of out of it, and I don't know how many people that are speaking Farsi are around him. I don't think he has a great relationship with his kids. I mean, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're probably born here. I don't see them. It's not their first language. So
yeah. Norton Rad would be good for Pedro Morales.
Yeah.
He'd be good as the Giant Gonzalez. Is the fucking he kind of looks like that dude with the fucking he would look just like him, man. Supersized fucking Norton Rad, and that's Giant Gonzalez. Put him in an ape suit, you got him.
The Flea is good Macho Man. My brother Troy.
Dude, tell me he doesn't look like Giant Gonzalez. Pull up a picture of Norton Rad and put it next to fucking Giant Gonzalez. He's Giant Gonzalez, man.
All right.
He's got the haircut. He's got the fucking thick ass neck. It's the same fucking person.
So instead of Cousin Luke Incher, who do you want to be?
I don't know.
Hillbilly Jim. I'd say one of the Andersons, but they wouldn't really be a big part.
Yeah,
of
they're not
Hogan
really.
story.
They're not really a part of that. I don't think.
Maybe Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Bob Backlund.
Yeah. Or Bobby Heenan, maybe. Bob Backlund's good. Yeah. How about a Hoosier Highway? I'm not sure what he looks like. I can't remember what he looks like.
Who was that gimmick that Bastion Booger was playing in WWF
Friar Ferguson.
Yeah.
That'll be Hoosier Highway.
I don't know what he looks like, but I would love to see somebody play that guy. Who's chubby and got a fucking bald head and is super religious? Is there anybody that calls in that's like that?
I know one of Daniel Dale Herring. He doesn't call in, but yeah.
Intro, you could be him.
We
could put the fucking Ferguson dude.
Friar Ferguson?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about, Shaheen?
What do you mean? You could be that guy.
Oh, this is a good one. Stellar Stevens says intro is Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard?
Bruce got hair.
You could put a wig on him.
What the hell?
Are you going to get a wig?
No, I don't have a wig.
Oh, I thought
you remember he said the toupees are too expensive, man.
Yeah, they are kind of expensive. Like I can't even find like a good fake one for cheap.
You're fine bald though. Actually, you're more masculine bald.
I told him for years.
Yeah, bald's a good
look. Not gonna do it, Jack. You son of a bitch. And then he finally did it. And he never thanked me.
All the girls in Virginia are getting wet. West Virginia, I'm sorry. You always correct me.
I think just in the world.
There you go.
Dripping
the
wet
Western Hemisphere.
What the fuck?
What?
It's a compliment, man. Why are you getting tight?
You.
It's a compliment. I said they're getting wet.
Well, I'm still a little reeling from the last one that I'm.
What, from Ferguson?
I'm Friar Ferguson,
dude. I asked for somebody that's you're religious and you're bald. What the fuck, man?
I'm religious and I'm bald.
Yeah, well, you checked off on 2 of them, didn't you?
Yeah. Jeez.
I said myself is Iron Sheik. I mean, come on. The fuck?
Oh yeah, you're like the champion at the time. Jeez.
Oh, you're going by stats. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm going by the Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
You're going by the actual legacy.
I'm not even in the top 500, am I?
I thought you were offended by the looks. You're offended by the stats. I'm completely off.
You could be Magnificent Morocco.
Magnificent Morocco?
Yeah.
That doesn't work either.
Trying, I don't know.
Magnificent Morocco.
Superstar Billy Graham.
I think Shaheen would be a good Jimmy Snuka. Put a wig on him. Yeah. We could put a wig on you.
It's got to be realistic.
Come on. Do a Jimmy Snuka line for us. Like, bro.
Jimmy Snuka.
Actually, I think Lexar would be a good Jimmy Snuka.
Jimmy Snuka
would be a good Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would Lexar be? Holy shit. Fuck.
I said earlier, I think one of the conquistadors for Lexar.
Yeah, but I don't see them. I don't see them just butt humping people at indie shows, though. You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody that's realistic.
Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff.
Yeah, probably.
Terry Garvin.
Johnny Webb.
We used to have a call. Steven. Who would Steven be?
Like Tatanka.
Yeah.
That's the only one, I guess.
Chief Jay Strongbow.
Wasn't he a fake Native American, though?
Yeah, but he probably, Steven probably is, too.
He's just Mexican.
How lazy is Jason Mitten? And how many reviews has he slipped? Oh, hundreds of reviews he slipped out on. But he's a lazy man. Very slow, lazy. But he's a good guy. I like him. He's my pal.
He should just send you a big thing of coal. And just be like, here you go. This is what your Christmas is. You're so mean to him.
Not mean, just being realistic. Trying to get him on the right path.
I don't know. Your motivation skills are very
You're yelling
lacking.
at me about the train track.
Well, because you won't listen. I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to help Mitten from being lazy.
You're just like, what does that intro know? I'll wear my headphones on the train tracks.
It's fine.
Not going to hurt me. It's fine. I'm just going down to the lickety splits.
Like,
I've only been there once. I ain't got no other way to walk down there. So let me just walk on this.
I didn't even walk there when I went there. But I'm just saying, if I wanted to, I could walk. What?
How about C.W. Anderson?
Well,
Yeah,
C.W.
great
Anderson.
C.W. Anderson, but he's not really around at that time.
Yeah. We're talking like 80s Hulk
WWE.
Hogan era. Yeah.
Well, one of the Andersons. You look like an Anderson.
Yeah, but they weren't around then. And I mean, like the Brainbusters were very.
Is that how he does it?
Short
Or was it
time.
C.W.? Yeah. Let me get
You
the
scared
hands.
me for a minute.
Yeah. An Anderson.
I had Arn Anderson this past weekend for a signing, and it was something. I'll tell you that. We had the Briscoes too, man. The Briscoes are fucking crazy, dude. That is no gimmick. We had to go to their house.
I was thinking Jerry Briscoe for them, but yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah.
I went to the ranch, and I was like, oh shit, like this is no joke. Like this is really you guys. This is no gimmick.
They said that's why they didn't go to like some of the other places because they,
Dude,
they didn't want to give up their chicken range.
No, there's no way. There's no way they could be controlled. They would be fired within a week. Like there's no fucking way they could walk around WWE hallways. It's just not happening.
They say Big Daddy Briscoe, he's from West Virginia.
I can see it. Holy shit.
How about you as Uncle Elmer, Incher?
Elmer.
Dude, I felt like I was in West Virginia, man. Like I literally couldn't get my GPS stopped working.
Or one of the Moondogs.
Yeah, that's good. The Moondogs are good.
Moondog Spot.
They're underrated, man. They used to be pretty crazy
Mm-hmm.
back in Memphis.
That would be a good one, Incher.
Mm-hmm.
Get a big bone and chew on it. Nikhil, he could be a Dynamite Kid.
Nikhil?
Yeah, he's from England.
He's not a Dynamite Kid, though.
Vic got lucky because he has to be Ric Flair because of the hair. Right?
You
got lucky,
Ric
dude.
Flair hair.
Man, you got lucky. You got Ric Flair.
Not gray.
No?
Ric Flair was blonde hair. This is gray.
Yeah, but I mean,
Glowing white.
well, we can dye your hair. It's, it's a movie role. Sure, you're willing to make a couple sacrifices.
The Incher there's Uncle Elmer.
That's Uncle Elmer?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Cowboy Frazier.
Holy shit.
I think you could do that. Actually, it kind of looks like Carol.
Man, is a giant. What is he, fucking 7'8"?
Yeah, he is, because
Oh,
Hillbilly Jim's a
shit.
big dude, too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim is a giant. I've been
Uh-huh.
next to him. He's fucking humongous. My God.
Who was in Memphis as Plowboy Frazier from Philadelphia, Mississippi.
God,
Wasn't
that's-
he the like Kamala for a while too?
He was Kamala too.
Yeah.
That was,
Did they
Kamala,
paint him
too.
black or was he just a
What?
white
no,
Kamala?
but they painted the little half moon on him. And
Stop
he
it.
looked
This is real?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a video of it on
Oh my
on
God.
YouTube.
I need to
I
find
found
this.
it with all my Memphis wrestling watching of him as Kamala too.
Wow. I gotta see this.
How about Bundy, Incher?
King Kong Bundy?
Yeah, you could be Mini Bundy. There you go.
Mini Bundy?
Yeah. Well, you're not as big as Bundy, obviously. That dude's like 500 pounds, man. He's like fucking 7 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
Really giant.
But I mean, you have to alter the script to make me
Oh my
Mini
God!
Bundy?
All right, you can be
Look at
you
this
can
guy.
be regular size.
Look at
King
him.
Kong. Jesus
Uncle
Christ.
Elmer. Incher,
Uh-huh.
you'd be awesome as Uncle Elmer.
Yeah, take King
God
Kong
damn,
Bundy,
he is
man.
huge. Look at him.
Yes, he is humongous. Look
Billy
at this
Jim
guy.
looks like this like little tiny guy next to him.
Dude, he has to be at least 7 feet tall. This guy's fucking giant.
Yeah. I'm 5'5". I don't
Your
Sure.
dad could be Uncle Elmer.
my dad.
Yeah. He
He's
looks like
not
him, don't he?
looking to be actor. No.
Well, how much range does he need to play Uncle Elmer?
the
I don't know.
hell?
I think he'd be a good uncle.
I'm done with this show.
Hey, Uncle Elmer's awesome.
I'm just sick of all of you.
Why?
Well, maybe not Vic. Vic gets a pass.
Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Incher's about to drop the hottest promo of the year.
How slow and ponderous is Jack on his long walks? No, not at all. I mean, there's no point in walking if you're doing it slow. You have to have your heart up, or else you're not getting the cardio in.
Yeah.
So not at all, bitch. Think about that. All right. Anything else there, folks? That's the end of the questions.
Ready for my 38?
Anthony's Goosey says intro would make a good Bundy. He seconds the
See?
Bundy.
Regular size Bundy, dude, not even mini. You got the whole thing.
I think you'd do
All
a
you,
good
buddy.
Bundy.
Yeah.
Shave the eyebrows.
Mm.
Oh, he says Lexar could be Tito Santana.
I could be Homicide too. If he was like, well, I guess he wasn't in the 80s though.
Yeah.
No.
Stellar says Intra could be Akeem, the African Dream.
Akeem, the African Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, Lexar could be Carlos Colon. He's Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah, that's who I suggested for Norrin originally, but yeah, that would work for.
Yeah. Plus, Lexar said he would never fight without a weapon. Carlos Colon loves stabbing people.
Who would be a good Jesse Ventura?
Oh shit! Damn, who's got a deep ass voice?
I don't know.
How about Jujubee? Who's she playing? Miss Elizabeth?
Miss Elizabeth, yeah.
Moolah? All right. Well,
Stellar Steven wants to be Ventura in the
okay.
chat room.
All right. Is he really tall? Because he wanted to be Andre. Now he's wanting to be Jesse.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still fascinated how tall that guy is.
He's a big dude.
Urias says Shaheen is just incredible. Jack is Nathan Jones. Intra is John Wayne. And Vic is Space Ghost.
Just Incredible said I look like him too. I forgot about
Your
that.
Space Ghost, Vic.
Intra is John Wayne. Oh, I was almost said John Wayne Gacy.
Dude, I could be the Sheik too. I'll be the original Sheik.
Not John Wayne Gacy.
I could see that though.
Pogo the Clown.
Yeah.
From XPW.
All right. Well, that was good. There's a fake smile again.
Yeah, there you go.
Psychopathic smile.
I'm having so fun. I'm having so much fun, Jack.
What are you mad about? We're just making up stupid people to play.
Well, how are you mad about King Kong Bundy, dude?
I honestly think that would be a good one, the Bundy.
It would be a good one.
Then you'd be demanding the 5 count.
Dude, you know what? You can be Stone Cold Steve Austin. How about that? How much more badass can you get? You know,
he's not 80s.
Well, he was around in he debuted.
Yeah, but he had the blonde hair then.
Yeah,
Intra had the blonde hair back in the day. He was,
when I was like 9.
Yeah. See?
All right. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Good to go? Anything else you had to offer?
Just want to say, Jack, stay off the tracks. That's
stay
all.
On the tracks.
Right. Stay off that heroin.
No, that's a good message too.
Yeah.
All kinds of tracks. Stay all of
them. Track marks. We're in the elite tincture.
Do you really just listen to music while walking on train tracks stuff?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, man. Don't do that.
It's fine.
All right. I ain't gonna argue with you, but
you hear from miles away.
All right.
All right. Until next week, this is Jackie Jones.
1-inch biceps, the king of all the marks. We'll see you later. Bye.
All right. We'll be back. You can check out Without Your Head this Thursday. We'll be live. with Suzanne Nagy, who is this interesting story, producer of Grizzly 2, which they made in 1983, but was never finished and never released. It's finally coming out January 2021.
I've been waiting on that one.
It's got George Clooney in it. It's actually got a pretty amazing cast, so it's going to be very cool.
Excellent.
You hear all about the story of 30 years in the making. The movie's finally coming out. I forgot to record this, but it'll be saved to YouTube.
Oh shit!
But
Yeah,
it saves to YouTube. Then you could I rip off the audio off YouTube. I'll be fine. Just like walking the train tracks. It's all good.
No, it's not. It's not that. Not walking the train tracks.
Totally fine. It's a good time. Get to see the countryside. Get to see the backwoods.
Couple of dead bodies.
Probably. It is. I walk a lot of desolate places.
Didn't you see the kid in Stand By Me? He was all like it. He was all like, it's just.
Yeah, but he was probably stoned or something.
He was a kid.
Yeah, he's stoned. He probably was trying to kill himself.
Like that was like in the 50s. Did they even have weed in the States in the 50s?
Yes.
Of course.
Did they?
Yeah. We were drunk.
Like he
Sniffing
was an
glue or
adolescent
something.
too, wasn't he?
Oh, I forgot. No one smokes dope in their teens.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you have
think we
to be
gotta get Stephen
intoxicated
King
or,
on the
or
show
something.
and gotta ask him about this.
Bruce Kirkins Cena, he says, good night. Thank you in your head. Thank you. You're a good man.
Thank you.
Thank everyone for watching. We'll be back next week. Dusty Wolf's coming on soon. I don't know if that'll be next week or not, but